things are hard to see. When you pray to find love, I know somewhere we could be. There's a place where we can go tonight. The rhythm will make it right, where everyone is happy and the sun will shine all night. Have a good time, let everybody sing. Why don't you let yourself slip out of control? We could have a good time, let everybody sing. Get your feet up on the floor. So when the world feels dark and friends seem hard to find, you know how to light a spark, just to let your worries unwind. When you're down, there's just one way to go. Let us ascend tonight. Everyone could be so happy and the sun will shine all night. Have a good time, let everybody sing. Why don't you let yourself slip out of control? We could have a good time, let everybody sing. Get your feet up on the floor.
Dun, 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 dun. Hey, everybody, how's it going? Hello, good morning. Good Thanksgiving Eve. Thanksgiving Eve. What are you grateful for? Or for what are you grateful is the proper way to say that. I'm grateful right this moment that I'm not in the middle of a bunch of trauma. I'm on the edge of it. I'm not in the middle of it. So, there's always something for which to be grateful. And I'm grateful for all of you guys. And I just want to give everybody the opportunity to chat about the trauma that's been going on and also talk about your Thanksgiving plans. And if you don't have any, if you are going to be one of those people who is alone and lonely on Thanksgiving, let's talk about that too. I have a family that has been, since I moved here, that has been inviting me every year for Thanksgiving and a couple of times for Christmas. And so that's what I do now. And I just love them so much. So I'm fortunate, but I've spent many, 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 actually birthdays and holidays just by myself. So, hey, Angie, crimes forgotten by time. Yeah, Angie's excited. It's going to be a fabulous day. I hope everybody does have a fabulous day today and tomorrow and every day, really. Hey, Roddy. Roddy's in the house. Nightmare. Gary, welcome. Da, 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 da. Nightmare, Gary, Roddy, Angie, WV Holler Girl, welcome. What's everybody doing? What are y'all doing for Thanksgiving? Drop it in the chat. I'm pixelated again. What the actual FUCK? Well, let me switch. Didn't look like it got any better, did it? Why is it every day it's unstable? I'm unstable. It's not the internet that's unstable, it's me. I'm unstable. Well, again, I didn't go to the store and get that long cord. Hey, Kim. Well, can you hear me at least? Can you at least hear me? Thanksgiving was last month in Canada. Okay. Texas, welcome. Nightmare. Did you celebrate Nightmare? Were you able to like celebrate or and a lot of people like it's Thanksgiving, because the Native Americans were here and people came over and took over this land. And so there are some people who aren't so thankful for Thanksgiving. They think it's a bad holiday. So there's that. And we don't really like to get into politics over here on this chat because, well, politics and religion, two things you don't want to talk about. Now, the drama, politics, we can talk about that. So, Kerm the Frog's in the house. Welcome. Oh, Gary. Well, see, and that's the thing is just because you're alone doesn't mean that I mean, I'm alone 99% of my life, and it doesn't mean that I'm lonely or unhappy or anything like that. I just I'm just the way it is, you know? And but the one time a year I get to go spend with this beautiful family and friends that they have over and extended family and all that, like it's very cool for me because it was always stressful with my family when we used to do it. It was just always we just had I just didn't have a good family environment. Hey Clarissa, spending time with family and eating a lot of good food. Yes, yes. Okay, picture's good now. Yeah, it's not showing that it's unstable. Hey Billy. Hey Angela. Oh my gosh, y'all, what is going on with this community? Now, I do want to always recognize that I survived and overcame major depressive disorder. I mean, I guess you don't ever get rid of that. It's like it's in remission is what they told me. So, and I've been able to keep free of it whenever I got rid of it maybe 3 years ago with exercise and gratitude. So, while we're going to talk about trauma drama today, um it's also very important for me in my um on my channel that we also do continue to talk about Thanksgiving. So, I'm just, you know, spending Thanksgiving alone, is that okay with you or is it a hard time? Yeah, Cinnamon Bear, me too. I mean, I get along with myself great. So, once I started beating myself up all the time and doing things that were harmful to my body, and I got okay with, okay, I've tried and tried and tried, like, with my family, and I just gave up. So, Mel, welcome. We don't have Thanksgiving, but I'm thankful to finally have my husband back home. Oh, yeah. Amber, welcome. I'll try to remember your name, Amber. Not Amanda. Hey, SA. Only for 2. Wow. Well, I'm taking nuts and a bottle of wine. So, did y'all know how expensive nuts are? Like, even the Walmart brand of that little thing like that is, $15. And I got the Planters because, well, I mean, I'm going to feed other people. I didn't want them to see that I got cheaper ones. None of them are cheap. I mean, it's more expensive than steak, I think. I mean, really, y'all, what are we gonna do? These prices are just going crazy. It's totally about us being together, so grab your Solo cup and plastic. Yeah, Angie Brooks, and people make such a big deal about cooking this fabulous meal and everything, and it gets eaten quicker than it takes to clean it all up. And the cleanup's the worst part, in my opinion. And I've never, like, I used to do green bean casserole. That was my thing to bring to the family dinner. But these people I'm going, they've got all the dishes and they've done it for years and everybody has their dish and I'm just not a and anyway, I'm scared a dog hair might get in it. If I cooked something, y'all, and took it somewhere, it'd be like eating a potluck and not knowing what those counters look like and stuff. People have their cats up on their counters and you get cat hair in your food or dander or sneezed on it or something like that. And I don't know. And my dogs don't get on the counter. I mean, please. But I'm just there's dog hair everywhere, y'all. There's dog hair everywhere. And I'm not gonna cook something and take it somewhere and somebody see a dog hair in it. I would die. It would be like pulling out a roach. No, I am not. Mm-mm. Hey, Christine W. Your husband and your kids? Oh, okay. Sometimes that's a good thing, huh, Amber? We don't really celebrate. We kind of celebrate. Oh, that's good. You got to celebrate gratitude every day. At least that's what I discovered. Y'all may not. Going out to eat, I think the only place you can go out to eat in where I live are the Chinese buffets. So maybe Leilani and Billy Joe will be there. Oh, wait, that was yesterday. Wait, that was the day before. Fruit fly, welcome. Green bean casserole. I know that's the only thing I used to make. But these people already like one time it was bacon wrapped green beans, Hey, hippie chick, what's up? Hippie chick's in the house. Good morning. Yes, burnt popcorn. I mean, that's just what cats do. And y'all, all the time I've got like I'm in here and I've got dog hair on me and stuff. Well, my dogs do shed, and I've got well, three of them. They're all three longer haired dogs. Cracker Barrel, I've cooked for 25, 35 people. Wow, that's a lot. Y'all are good people. Y'all are good people. Family's not always about blood. That's right, Mel Mel. I love this family. They're just the I know nobody's perfect, but I mean, they're just so giving and um it's just amazing to me. And I how you grow up and your family isn't always how you turn out, but yeah. And their two kids are grown, so yeah, Beatlemaniac, it's everywhere. CK, welcome. CK Warhola. Okay, so what is the deal? Hey, Lucille, you got the back going on. Yay. Y'all, what is going on with this community? Like the all these people were live last night talking about like, okay, why is Mama Knows Best getting blamed for a phone call in the background on her channel when she didn't know what was going on? I mean, it wasn't like, um, you know, you can't control every moment of everything that happens. Thank you. Thank you. You can't control everything that happens in your chat. You can keep it as clean as you can, but somebody is on her panel who often shares things with the audience is over there talking to somebody and it did sound in the distance. So I mean, I'm not sitting in Mama Knows Best seat. Maybe she was distracted. Maybe her son or grandson or whoever was in there talking to her. I'm not taking sides here. I just don't know why y'all gotta blame it on her. No, and she's not innocent. She goes on all the time and talks about Natasha, like live streams her and everything while she's live, which I mean, I don't do that. I don't stream. Yeah, I've streamed Natasha a lot, but not live. I don't stream her live while she's live. I think that for me that I don't know if it's against terms of service, but that's content that I don't. That's a line I don't cross. I'm not gonna. If you're doing live, then it's your live to do, and when it's over, then I can do what I need to do or want to do with it. But she does that a lot, and that's her prerogative, I suppose. Uh, Everybody was live, and I was like going over here and over here and over here, and I was out by the fire. Uh, it is, and I'm trying to tune it out too, but it's just all over the place, and everybody's talking about everybody and blaming the wrong people. Let's blame the right people. And if your story changes, like I'm sorry, voices, y'all can't change the what we heard. You can't change that to being well, I mean you can, but we're not gonna fall for it. You can't change the words you said and turn them into something else. I mean, I don't understand why y'all think that. And if somebody is threatening to harm themselves, please y'all call 911. Don't call somebody on YouTube. Call 911. If that's what was happening, then you would have called 911. Get some help. If somebody's about to hurt themselves, please don't rely on your friends anywhere. Why would you not call 911? Dang tennis match, right? Hey, Andrea, mom. Um, oh, are they all gone? Everybody took them down? Wow. Well, burnt popcorn, I mean, it is. And Voices came on live I think it was yesterday evening and was crying and stuff. And then she stopped crying and was, again, I was bouncing around. I can't say I watched anybody for more than a few minutes. And Granny came back live, and so everybody was talking and talking. Hey, Christine W. I'm out of the loop. You don't know any of them. Well, that's good. I mean, that's good. What are you? What is your opinion? If you heard the call in the background with Voices and Crafton, um, I mean, it's not even a good idea to bring it up. I know, but I want to talk about it. Hey, Clover. Hey, Gerard. Hey, Taco. They're all toxic. Hey, Kelly Marie. Yeah, I know. Oh, you know who Granny's watching is? I heard it, but had no idea who it was or that it was DV. She'd be better to keep her mouth shut. Well, then, okay, so they're blaming Mama Knows Best, and they're blaming Granny for playing it, and Natasha played it, and Granny went in Natasha's chat last night, and everybody, or a lot of people were like, oh, she's going back to Natasha and all this stuff. I don't know what she's doing. I mean, just because you comment somebody's chat doesn't mean that you're in love with them. Obviously, I've been accused of being in love with lots of women, including Natasha. What is going on right now with the personal drama is shocking. Yes, and not enjoyable. Yeah, and CLM, and when you watch it, you're giving people a view. You're giving them, a boost to go into the algorithm. Hey, Sandy. So much stuff seems to be leaked. I don't know. There was a poll up that Natasha did. Let's see what the outcome of that was this morning. I saw it this morning though, but it's been 3 or 4 hours ago. Barb, why did you do that? I messed up. I messed up. But now I'm gonna fix it. All right, so I gotta find her channel. She put up a community post. It says, this was 9 hours ago. Do you think that Voices accidentally didn't mute her phone? There have been 330 votes, and it is 19% think it was an accident, and 81% think she did it on purpose. Now, let's talk about what would be the reason. Why would you do that on purpose? That's what I don't get. Why would somebody take a phone call with somebody who's either, well, maybe she didn't know, but supposedly she knew for an hour. But if you didn't know, or you knew what was going on, I mean, I'm just saying, why would you mean to do that? That's what I'm trying to figure out, because I'm not saying I don't know what she did. It seemed like an accident. But Voices is online all the time, and I just think she knows how to mute and stuff. So I don't know. Like I'm not sure. Yeah, I would have called a wellness check. And why would you talk about going to jail or separating people, putting one over here and putting one over here if there was an essay? I'm not essay. Oof. If there was a DV incident going on, that's when you would separate people. But I've never heard them admit that they have any kind of DV situation. Um, I thought that DV situation that's pending in court was about a seizure. It seems like a lot of people are going after Granny's watching, though. She said 12 channels, I think. Yeah, even bad attention's good attention. Maybe so. Um, they're just going back and forth, putting out. They go out and they post. Well, Mandy had come in and posted doxing, had totally doxed Granny's watching, on a community post, and people were begging her to take it down, and it was still up like 24 hours later. It finally got taken down. I think we need to not focus on voices as it's taking away. Okay, what's the real issue, Gerard, that we need to think about? Setting them up for what, Angela? Maybe she's addicted to the chaos. Well, you can be addicted to drama. I admit when I see somebody going live that's in the middle of the drama, I click on there. I click on them. I move around. Last night I was going all over the place, looking at different. They're saying this and they're saying this and they're talking about them. They're all talking about each other, and now I'm talking about them too. It's just, ooh, it's a mess. Pretend to have died and come back on here. Oh, panel to panel, yeah. And someone putting hands on someone. And what was the deal about not playing it on YouTube? This doesn't need to play on YouTube. Who was playing it on YouTube? I just don't really know. I'm like you, Amber. I just really don't know. Sure, the real issue is V for V. She is the one that started this mess by leaking that phone call. She needed to call law enforcement for a wellness check if that was the case. Well, have you heard her Christmas singing? Who's Christmas singing? Wandering Sub. I heard Granny doing a little Christmas singing last night. All we ever hear from you is blah, blah, blah. All we ever do is go, yah, yah, yah. And we don't even care about what they say because it's yah, 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 blah, blah, blah. Yeah, Nightmare, it is. Crafton admitted the DV. Was that the one where they said he had the seizure and all that? I thought that was him waking up out of the seizure and being violent. Because I heard you can do that. I believe it was Stargazer who came on in Stargazer on her channel because one of her sons has seizures, and she explained that he gets violent coming out of them sometimes. So, I don't know anything about that. I haven't been educated on domestic violence or any of that. And being an advocate for missing people isn't training for being a emergency person to help you with your self-harm phone calls and stuff. It didn't sound like that's what was happening, but I don't know. Hey, Anonymous. Blasted in my car out of frustration. Yeah, the drama is it's very hurtful. Everybody's getting hurt. Everybody's going real live. Well, when I say everybody, I don't mean everybody. Crafton admitted he walked out of the house after the supposed seizure incident. He had no medical impairment to cause him to be hospitalized. That's what he said. Now, again, I might read your comment, and I got in trouble by Save Robbie because he said I just talk shit and read comments as their fact. This has been months ago, but I just thought about it. When I read a comment, we're just chatting here. I have no idea. If you come in here and say that the sky's blue this morning, I might read it and say, "Oh, so the sky's blue this morning." I don't know. I'm not. This is not facts. What y'all say in chat is not a fact. What I say on my channel is not a fact. It's all in my opinion. And if I'm covering like true crime or something that happened, then I do stick to facts. But Karama, I don't know the facts. Those detractors were there before all this. Good. They blame, yeah. So Granny got blamed for playing it, 18 times, and then they blame Mama Knows Best, and then Voices came on Mama Knows Best and cussed everybody out and left, and it's just been crazy. I don't know, Cinnamon Bear. Apparently, it sounds like it. Yeah, juror. Contacting somebody, I don't. And how could we hear Crafton? Was it on speakerphone maybe? Because we did hear him at the end. Granny singing. Hey, Carly. Do you think V4V would have done the same thing? Um, like you mean replaying the audio and all that? I think a lot. Hey, Stargazer. Hey, Stargazer. Did you get my text? Like, do you want to come up? I mean, I know you're not. You may not be ready to go live yet, but I would love for you to come up and have a chat this morning or another time. That's what my text was about. I know we talked about it a while back, and you just weren't quite ready. But it's good to see you here. What? You're not you're gonna what till you see Crafton's charges? Um, yeah, I wanna see the facts. I mean, he should have a trial coming up soon or hearing or something. October Always, she does seem really sweet. She's not I mean, none of us are sweet and innocent. If we're on here with the channel and we're talking about other people, we're not perfect people. None of us are perfect people, and we talk about each other. And that's what MKB does, and that's her prerogative too. Everybody has their prerogative. Oh. You mean, doesn't go back to jail. You mean they were I don't know exactly what that means. Who cares what Rob well, he talks bad about me, and I wouldn't even, watch, um, these videos that people sent me because I'm just like, I have them in my email, but I'm not watching. Oh, so you're saying no way that could happen? Do not listen. Well, I've got it in my email. I think 2 people sent it to me, and I clicked on it and I saw what they sent me, and then I was like, "Oh, I don't wanna hear this," and then Jill told me, "Don't listen to it, Barb, it's bad." So, I haven't listened to it. MKB needs to get yeah, and I was saying that the other day to MKB, and she came up on my panel because we were talking about drama the other day, and we were m well, mostly it was Granny's watching and whoever was on my panel were going at her that she's needs to not have voices on there and stuff. So, Lucille, bless you. Bless your heart. Thank you so much for that. That is super special. I'm so grateful for that. Come on. Trying to play my music and the timing's all off because it there it goes. Whirr! Woo! Thanks, Lucille. That's so sweet. But I'm not, like I know voices. Like I know what she can do to me. And am I scared of her? A little bit. I'm a little bit scared of you voices. I did send her a text. I heard Granny talking about it last night. Granny said I called her, but I didn't. I sent her a text because I was pissed off. Where the heck is this hedgehog that you had already made and showed me on a live stream? And I said, yeah, I want it. And then I paid $15 for it, and then 6 weeks later, I still didn't have it, and I was pissed, and I texted her, and she was on somebody's panel, and she got off when she got off that panel, she cursed me out, but yet Crafton calls, and she jumps and takes the call, and I've seen her take other calls, and I didn't even call, I just sent her a text, so I heard, like, I had grabbed my phone was ringing, I grabbed my phone, and it was about right here like this, and I heard her just chewing me out, cursing me out, and I was like, "Shit." And then she hung up, or I hung up, I don't even know. And then I blocked. Then the scoop with Barb. This is the this is the hedgehog. It's not very big. It was handmade with love by Ange. And well, I mean, you know, there it is. I haven't even shown y'all really. It's cute. It's cute. But it wasn't worth cussing me out over a text call when I texted you. That was overboard. Wow, it's just like, whoa. You can hit or kick after coming out of that deep sleep and go after a weapon and hold it to someone. Not go after. That's what I was thinking. Safe plan involves separating if someone is a no, it's not clueless. Yeah. Yeah, Mike, it does. Oh, you didn't ever get my text? Oh, well, anytime you wanna plan, I might know how to well, to come on my panel right now, all you have to do is click the damn link. Click the da She wasn't even live. She was, on somebody else's panel. And just this week, she said, "Well, what do I do when I'm on a panel? I have myself muted." So she had herself muted. I sent her a text and she cussed me out, asking where my hedgehog was. It is cute. It is cute. With Crafton, she was being a victim's advocate and wants everyone to know. Well, which one was the victim? Thank you, WV. I mean, oh, psychopathic. I yeah, I was muted there for a second. I don't know. I got too close. I know I'm raw, raw, raw. Okay. Can't get close to the mic. So then, what do y'all think? But anyway, Stargazer, you could really help out with this chat right now. All you gotta do is hit the damn link. We haven't heard anything. Barb is talking to herself. I wasn't muted that long, was I? Takes her a minute and a half to get. Oh, are you referring to the same night? SMH, which same night? We have no idea what you've said. How long was I like muted? What happened last night, Irvin? Everybody was going live in the Krama community and they were all talking about each other and talking about the phone call and the leaked phone call and the this and the that and the that and the that. I don't know where I was talking. I don't know what I said while I was live. I mean, muted. Anybody want to come up and talk about this? Because I'm open for that. Oh, CK. Well, I don't either. We had a falling out because I asked to be unmodded when she did that big blow up at Natasha's daughter about ripping her from stem to stern and or whatever and all this horrible childbirth and all this stuff. And I wanted to back off from that. I didn't want to be part of I didn't want to be a model on a channel for someone who could say such horrendous things to another person. And we talked about it and she said, "Okay, that's not, just subscribe and subscribe back and you'll be off the mod list." And I'm like, "Okay." And she said, "And so you just want to be friends like offline but not." I said, "That'll work." And then the this hedgehog had been made before she was, "Oh, I made you a hedgehog," and then I paid for it, and I even gave her $3 extra. And I mean, yeah, I was pissed just for the fact that you talk about how wonderful your little crafts are and everything, and then and it may sound really petty, but it was all in the middle of a bunch of other stuff going on. It's not ever about just one little thing. And I was pissed off. And I mean, where is it? Oh, no, SMH, no, this has been a while back. I didn't know I was muted for 3 minutes, shit. I'm sorry. Okay, Stargazer, have fun. Dippity doo, Christmas. Yeah, there was a phone call with, that Granny's watching. There was a phone call and Granny's watching played it yesterday. Was that only yesterday? From the night before that Voices took while she was on MKB, Mama Knows Best channel. She said she hit the mute button, but we heard her talking to, and we found out it was Crafton. Yeah, here's the hedgehog, Charlie. So it wasn't that she didn't have it made. And one time she told me during me waiting for it when we were still talking, she said she was mailing it that day. And so I was even more frustrated because I never got it. And I said, "Well, you were mailing it that day." And she also told me that she has some kind of trigger going in the post office. So I don't know what the truth was. It wasn't. I had just decided after texted her and she got mad that I wasn't going to get it. And it wasn't like it was a fortune. It was, it was like $15 and I was cool with that. Hey, Sarah, I was okay with that. But, yeah, NC played it over and over. But if I'm to play it, hey, Nana Caroline, if I play it, I mean, are y'all going to get upset if I play it? Or is the whole community gonna say, "Well, now Barb's playing it." She can't do squat to anyone, everyone have a great Thanksgiving. Well, I don't know, I don't you can do a lot to people. I mean, when people do background checks on us and know where we live and I mean, she has my phone number and my address. Yeah, it is there are a lot of lies there, there are. I'm not gonna, be so scared that I can't talk about what goes on here. And part of being abrasive is that her, she's loud. I mean, and Natasha's loud, and that can't really be helped. The way our voices are, we can't control that. We don't you don't, I mean, Country Joe can do a different voice, but I can't. It's a battleground, drawer. It's horrible, and it's just she did finally 6 weeks later, so done with it. She had made this, showed it to me. When she showed it to me, it didn't have the eyes, and I said, "Are you gonna put the eyes and stuff on it? Because it didn't look finished." So it was all but finished, and, "I made this for you," and so I was like, "Well, how much?" And she told me, and I sent her, probably most likely a PayPal because that's mostly what I use, and, and then, 6 weeks later when I didn't have it and she was I don't know. I don't know what she did to make me all of a sudden go, "Where is my stuff?" It's really a minor little thing. It's really just a little thing, but it was enough for me to be like, "Okay, people will criticize me either way." Yeah, she's threatening to go. Is she threatening to go to Natasha's town? Wow. Yeah, it is. She does paper cutting, and so it's got all these different it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers thick. It's got some 3D depth to it. It's very small, but it's adorable. It's adorable. And when I finally got it, I didn't even show y'all. It's been sitting back there with my stuffed hedgehog that I got myself at Walmart. Did anybody hear about the shooting at Walmart last night in Virginia? I think it was. Um 6 people so far have passed away. Well, it's okay. I don't fly off the handle, and I'm just talking about stuff. If people want to come at me for this, then they can. I can say what I want. I will say Voices is loud. I'm not friends with her. However, I think she comes from an honest place mostly, but she sometimes well, I've one day I was on the phone with her and she was just had these big stories and I was like, "Really, Voices? Really?" And she just kept on with it like it was the truth. So, I mean, maybe it was the truth. Use your library voice. Yeah, I got it. I got it. Hey, Brittany, what's up? Anybody want to come up and talk about this? And also, do y'all want me to hey, Granny, do y'all want me to play the who's got that recording, Granny? Who had that recording that was all put together? Last night, Brittany, there were just I don't know, Mama Knows Best, Natasha, Granny, and Lycan. All these people were talking about all these different things that are going on. Uh, I'm just grateful that I'm not, like I said a minute ago, not in the very middle. Like I'm on the edge of the drama and talking about it. If that gets me put in the middle, then I hope not. But well, Christine, I know she's lied to me to my face. So, well, not face to face, but oh, hand surgery, Angie Ray. Sorry about that. How you doing? Um, just a second. Does anybody know where that was it you, Angela, that made that Voices clip? In fact, most of the dishonest people on YouTube I've never seen, but I haven't been on yeah, there's a lot of YouTube channels. Hey, Granny, Straight Shooter. So, oh, Granny's looking for it. Yeah, I'll play it. It's been played so many times. It's the accidental unmute one. Yeah. Hey, Dippity Doo. It's Peekaboo. Peekaboo. Okay, I'll grab it, Granny, if it's Peekaboo. 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 If I can find her channel. If it's still there. Yeah, her channel is kind of hard to find if you put in Peekaboo. I see you, Peekaboo. I see you. Where shit, it still didn't come up. There it is. Just because y'all don't seem to know, a lot of people don't know what I'm talking about, and I don't know how you've missed it. But let's look at it. I got it. She was on her own last night. SA, she was crying last night on her own. And then she wasn't crying. Yeah, Granny, what did you put in your pants yesterday while you were shopping? You were the alarm bells were going off every time she left the store. Yeah, I don't fly off the handle, CLM. You know what? Oh, let me see. Let me put up something before I bring you up, Clueless, because I got to make sure it's you here. Blah blah blah. Let me see. No, I don't want that on. Here, let's put this picture of me up. Let me see you, Clueless. Can I just see who you are?
Hang on.
Because I don't know your voice. I know you're here a lot. Let me see. It is you. Oh, crap. Now let me take this down. I don't know that I've ever even heard you on a stream. Can't hear you.
Can anyone hear me now?
Well, we can hear you now. Hey.
Hey.
Welcome, Clueless.
Hello.
She put
Long
a
time
burrito
no
in her bra.
speak.
How you doing?
Awesome. I'm awake.
Okay, mute your YouTube.
I don't have YouTube on
Okay, I heard a little echo, but now I don't hear it.
because once I tapped the link, YouTube disappeared. Oh, wait a
Oh.
minute. There we go. I thought I was going to have to give DNA. I did so many interstudio. Yes, yes. Continue. Yes.
So what do you think about everything? What did you want to talk about?
Whatever.
Oh.
As to that, I was mentioning about the safe plan because that's what Kim and Crafton and Voices were talking about the next day, I guess. I don't know. But I don't understand how a safe plan helps when someone's having those ideologies and the idea is to separate.
Yeah,
I would think that'd be the last thing you would do.
Yeah, I don't fall for the story that came out some hours later or almost 24 hours later when Lycan had a panel and they were talking about it and everything was about at this point became about something totally different than what the phone call sounded like. So let me just play this real quick, Clueless, and then we'll talk some more. Okay. Thank you. We will talk about it. Oh, crap. I got to go back. I forgot to hit the sound share the audio. Oh. All right. Can you mute right now?
I'm just saying that ones that give her money all the time.
Hello?
I just believe that she preyed upon their
It's
being
okay.
vulnerable.
Preston, just relax.
Yeah.
All I'm worried about, I don't want anybody going to jail, but I don't want anybody dying. I'm working.
What's she talking about?
I don't.
I don't want anybody to go to jail. I don't want anybody dying.
Want anybody dying. I don't give a fuck what is
I
going
can't hear her.
through you. I
Well, be
don't want
quiet.
to laying hands on anybody. I
Laying hands on somebody and not in the biblical praying way, like people pray, they put their hand, that kind of stuff.
I don't want anybody taking pills. That's it. That's all. Honey, I am trying to do whatever can be done because I just, no. I don't know what to do with I don't know where to put you. I don't know where to put her. I don't know who needs what, but we got to get something stopped because this doesn't need to happen. And nobody on YouTube needs to be fucking playing this.
What are they playing? What's going on?
What are they playing? What's going on? Like, who was playing? Excuse me. Who was playing something? Yeah, and I think that there is look, there's shootings all over the country constantly. There are mass shootings. There was a mass shooting at there was a mass shooting the other day at a gay bar, and there was the shooting at Walmart last night, and dozens in between that probably didn't make the national news because it's just so common now. So you do have to be fearful of what somebody could do, or the people on here watching who we don't even know. Like, of the 176 people watching, 10 of those might be serial killers or something. Why are you confused, CK? All right, here we go.
Motherfucker.
You gotta go? What?
She probably just realized she didn't hit the mute button.
Oh, is that what it was?
I'm guessing.
Yeah. Motherfucker.
That don't sound good at all.
But it might take
But
years.
let's not talk about it though.
It might take years for it to catch up to her, but it will eventually catch up to her.
Of course. And maybe
yeah.
that's the whole point of all this is for her to reach for bigger and better scams.
Right.
That way when she gets
You need to end
it's
this.
good.
What?
You need to end this in private right now. You need to end this and private it right now. End
Do
this
it.
and
Okay.
private it now. Now.
For what?
Just do
it,
what I'm
Mama
asking you,
Melissa.
please.
Do it.
End this. End this now.
Just start back up, Mama knows
Just
best.
hit end live right now.
MKV Voices Craft and care to explain what is going on. Well, they did. Well, they did explain what was going on. They came back and they said that it was thanks for not striking me, Peaky. I'm sharing your video and I didn't pause it but once. I just a lot of people are here and they don't know what happened. What part of that can you put off and take all the words that were said away and turn it into something totally different? You don't separate people when they think of self-harm. You just don't do all that kind of stuff. All right, Clueless. What you got?
I'm sorry, was I asked a question?
Yeah, what you got? What you got? What do you think about everything? What do you think about everything?
I think it's insane.
Yeah.
Their whole relationship doesn't make sense to me. From start to current.
Mm-hmm.
But none of my business. They want to say it's self-harm and she's dealing with it. I hope so, because she already said that he moved in and they weren't treating his seizures, and then look what happened. Now she hasn't been dealing with her mental health, and now look what happened. Has anyone learned in that house that you need to treat things?
I don't know.
I don't know how much more evidence they need, but again, that's why none of it makes sense to me. But I'm not there. I don't know everything. I just know what I know or have heard. Makes absolutely no sense.
Angela's Clips and Giggles. Which one is it that you put up? Is it the one called Late Calls, Deleted Rants? And is that does it have music that's going to get me? She really forgot to mute. I don't know if she forgot to mute. And how would you set up somebody? Like how could you pre-plan that? Like I don't think about things like that. Portal noodle mashes with the
Maybe
yeah.
she didn't pre-plan, it just conveniently happened.
Maybe so. Hey, Kels Bells. Angela, was it this new one you put up? Okay. All right. Can I play it? May I play it? I think no music. Thank you. I'm going to play it. I know you said, I know you don't care. I mean, I don't think you care, or you wouldn't have told me it's there. Okay. 'Cause that's what friends are for. It is. It's stress inducing for a lot of people, and people have different triggers and everything. So this stuff is kind of, there we go. Oh, I'm in the wrong thing. Okay, here we go. Let's play it.
Thanks to Angela Ferris. Right there is her asking if she can message Kim, and that's when she sent that information. As for the rest of it, I think that's pretty much wrapping it up. And I want to say if
this says, if Crafton is your friend, why is he in a group chat with the alleged person who looked up your records?
If Alicia, the Alicia person, is in chat, thank you for outing our conversations. That will be why I'm going ahead.
Crafton edited this part out of his live. About an hour later, they had their phone call with voices.
And dipping out of that chat and just need to go ahead and let's see. Leave the group before you continue doing it. Thanks. Angela, have a blast.
Yeah, I don't know about, I haven't seen this at all. It says, what does it say? Life in the Red Kim. Empty nester. I can't even. Can somebody tell me what this says?
Have a blast.
What is it? I don't even know what's going on here. He is in his own world currently. Is anyone here that watched Noodle Mash today? This is what upset them right before the call, before the Voices call. I'm not following it. I'm gonna play it again because I didn't get it. I don't even. Granny, can you explain this to me?
Hey, Barb. Yeah.
Hey.
So this was their live they had right prior to the phone call. And throughout the live, Kim was yelling at Crafton from upstairs and also in the chat. Look at chat, look at chat. Kim writes a comment that apparently, Alicia, was over on Noodle Mash's showing messages. So, of course, that wasn't true. I don't know where they got that from, but that's what Crafton's saying at the end here. Like, oh, and thank you, Alicia. I'm going to leave the group chat before you can show any more. Well, Case Discussions is claiming she has a lawyer going against Alicia for putting out her medical. But Alicia did send it to Kim and Crafton, but they're the ones that put it out. So that's why Angela's addressing, Case Discussions, saying, how do you feel about your friends being in this chat with Alicia then? And right before this, right after this is when the phone call to Voices took place. So it's just kind of showing like their mind state at the time, and this is what they deleted from their live, because of course they're all saying that me and Angela are lying about them ever saying Alicia showed messages on Noodle Mash. But that did happen because they said it there in their live. I mean, whether it happened or not, we don't know.
I don't
But
even
that's
know about
pretty
all
much-
that stuff.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. That's pretty much the basis of what that video's like trying to say. I don't know.
So they were live and they were arguing from her from upstairs and him downstairs,
Yes.
and they were yelling at each other.
Yes. And then
And-
arguing in the chat. And Kim even says like Crafton's in his own world, which, you can take that how you will. But basically they were on a live stream. There was no unaliving situation. That was something they conducted the next day to try to spin this on everybody else and make people feel guilty. But they were right back on YouTube. They were right back in a chat last night. There's no, I mean, to gaslight people and make everybody believe they didn't hear what they heard, it's just absolutely sickening. And it's sick that people are going along with that lie, knowing that many people do suffer from those type of thoughts. And it's nothing that you lie on to cover up.
And then blaming everybody else for the call instead of it being, trying to take all the blame off of Voices and putting it on people like Mama Knows Best. They didn't know what was going on during that. I wouldn't have known.
So here's the thing with that, because what people don't understand is Voices was muted and then she unmuted. So it's not like she was never muted and suddenly forgot to mute. She was muted, unmuted, took the phone call, then at the end, Crafton was on speaker. But yeah, so Voices is blaming MKB, which I knew she would, but now MKB's blaming me. And I'm like, how do I have anything to do with it?
Because you showed it, and now I'm going to get blamed because I showed it.
I guess. I mean, You, like I said on my community post earlier, Barb, with all due respect, these people that suddenly care about mental health, there's 12 of them that are tag teaming, going live every single day about me, but they care about people's mental well-being. No, they don't. They care about convenience. And I think Voices did it on purpose. I think Voices wants to ditch MKB because she's a liability and she now has bigger people to line up with. I think Voices set up Kim and Crafton because she herself has said a good scandal brings views. This is a scandal that's bringing views, and then it set me up because then they got to play the mental health card and how, Granny doesn't even care and she was once friends with Kim. Well, no, Granny's not buying the crap. Sorry. But I do think that it was intentionally done by Voices, and majority thinks that.
I wonder why she did put it back on. I wonder why it was on speakerphone.
Yeah.
At the end, or we. I mean, I didn't hear him until the end.
Not until the very end do you hear him. And most importantly, why would Voices out of nowhere come walking from a different room and saying nobody needs to be playing this on YouTube, walks up to her computer, says mother effer. Like, why would she even say nobody needs to be playing this on YouTube? Why would anybody be playing your personal private phone call on YouTube if you thought you were muted?
Yeah, and he's like, what? What's going on?
And according to people that were on that panel, they said they all knew. Voices said she knew up to an hour prior to the phone call. And Andrea's mom admits that they were all talking about it in the private area. So everybody on that panel was fully aware of what was happening. Why
Talking about
nobody
them having a fight?
I guess. I mean, somebody asked Andrea's mom, did you take screenshots of the private chat? And she said yes. Which, to be honest, I find bizarre in itself. But so these people know the truth, but it's not convenient for them to speak up about the truth. And it blows my mind that so many people are willing to, gaslight others for the benefit of these two when they know full well that what they heard is what they heard. You can't switch that.
Most people, in my opinion, are always, and I'm not I'm not saying sometimes, I'm saying always go with whatever story fits the narrative of the person they like. And some of that's human nature. But even I have admitted times when I thought Natasha was in the right. And I've made a ton of videos about her and everything. But there's times when she does something and I'm like, kudos, you've heard me do it on here. And other people, if you do something good, why can't we put all this energy that's going into all this drama that's harmful to people and put that into good? Can you imagine what we could do with all that?
Yeah, it would be a great thing. But here's the other thing, though, Barb. It's also okay to admit that you disagree with somebody. It is okay, but you know what? It's not okay when it comes to Voices. So these people, MKB, they won't stand up for themselves because Voices is such a nasty person. Nobody wants her wrath. Nobody. And I know people like to give MKB this pass of like being naive and stuff. I've had my own experiences with MKB and she is far from naive. I don't care how much you get up there with the sweet Southern voice and you act like you're unaware of what's taking place around you. She knows what she's doing. I saw her play me and Dorothy like a fiddle. Matter of fact, anybody who was in my chat in December saw the same thing take place. She played us like a fiddle against each other. Went from my chat room instigating, then went to Dorothy's and lied about what was stated. And that is how me and Dorothy had our falling out. She's not as naive as people think.
Well, she's getting blamed for this, and I wish I could see what was in the chat. What was okay, Andrea, mom, like, I know it's private and you don't want to tell details, but
no, Andrea's mom, I'm not sitting here saying it. You sat on my panel and said it. You said it. I didn't make this up. Yeah, I don't know, Bar. I'm curious what was taking place in private chat as well, but from what people are saying that were on that panel, they were aware and there was stuff going on in private chat. So and then Voices saying that she knew for up to an hour. So up to an hour, your supposed friend, is in a mental health crisis of wanting to unalive herself, but you're busy on a panel bashing people. None of it makes sense.
Andrea, mom, do you want to come up?
But you said you took screenshots, Andrea's mom. You said this is what you said to me. You said what you guys don't know is what was going on in private chat prior, but you couldn't tell us. That's what you said. So I'm just eating back. If I'm if I'm saying it wrong, let me know. But it sure seems like that's what you were saying on my panel. Basically, if we knew everything, we'd understand better. And hi, Clueless. It is such a pleasure to meet you. Or meet your voice, I should say, huh?
Yes, nice to meet you too. I do exist and I am absolutely nobody.
No, your comments are great. I love them. First off, they're
Thank
always
you.
well thought out. They're so deeply written. Sometimes they're very what's the word? When there's like a riddle to it, like you're kind of like riddle-ish. I like it.
Because
It makes me think.
clueless. Because
She's clueless, yeah.
I am overall this mess and half of what is being talked about. But no, I don't think Mama knows best. I had to think of the initials. Is completely naive on all this, but I don't know anything about private chat. But I will say my private chat is telling Barb how confused I am.
Yeah, she is.
Because I'm like, what? Who? Huh? Because I didn't. Whenever she played Angela's clips, I didn't even hear any yelling. I'm like, and this was deleted because do I miss hearing? But anyway, I like the telling you about what my professor did in college with the number system with regards to liking. That was my favorite. You haven't done it
Andrea,
though.
mom, please come up if we're going to talk about this in chat. I mean, you're on panels a lot, so can you come up?
Well, Andrew's mom, with all due respect, you didn't say on my panel at the very end you looked. You said what we don't understand is there was things taking place in private chat that you can't tell us. That's what you said. I mean, I can replay my video too. And as far as give you a break, I'm sorry your friend yelled at you for being an adult and going on my panel, but I'm the last person you need to be asking to give you a break from. Honestly, you should go tell you and all your friends to give me a break before somebody really does end up hurting themselves.
Okay, Andrea, mom, if you don't want to, you can't come up or don't want to. I understand that.
Well, it's in my video, Barb. She most definitely did say it. Maybe not exactly how I'm saying it, but it was led to believe there was something going on in private chat that if we were aware, we would understand. Hence why Delaney said, did you take screenshots? And Andrea's mom said yes, but she wasn't going to show them. So it was led to us to believe that if we understood what was going on in private chat, it would all make more sense to us. But of course, we don't know what was going on in private chat. How would we?
Well, Andrea, mom says that there was something going in chat, but she didn't know. So you weren't reading it, Andrea, mom? Because I mean, you can be on somebody's panel and not read the chat. I mean, and I'm not here to who.
Okay, so I will take back that Andrea's mom knew anything about it. I'll take that back. I'm just going off what you said on my panel and what I was left with.
It's Andrea, mom. There's no S on there. Just a second. Somebody's wanting Joshua. Somebody's wanting to come up. I don't know who this is.
Make sure you put a guard up.
Yeah, I'm going to. Thanks.
And watch out for Log and Vivian. They're trying to get 5 minutes of fame again.
Are they trying to?
Yeah.
It's the only thing I have right now to put up. Oh, they dropped off.
Yeah, I'm not here to misdirect responsibility. I'm not here to hurt you, Andrea, mom. I'm just
Thanks, replay crew. Let me play some music. I want to break up this. I don't want to. Woo! I don't want to have all the I wanted to talk about it, but I don't want a whole lot of bickering, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, that's what I'm not trying to argue with Andrea, mom, as well. I didn't mean it that way. I was just recapping on what I saw. I don't know.
Thanks, replay crew. No, I mean, I want y'all to talk. It's just I don't want to. Andrea, mom, just me again. Welcome. Is upset.
Well, because Voices attacked Andrea, mom.
Voices attacked me. Voices attacks a lot of people, and I'm just grateful when she attacked me that it didn't go to the extent of what she said to Natasha, because that was just very, very over the top. And then she came back and went at you, and also lost my train of thought. So she came back and said sorry, not sorry, like. And then she also said that what she said about Natasha's daughter was only to help Natasha fill her the
Registry.
yeah, the registry.
Mhm. Brittany says, don't let Joshua up. He's going around trolling creators.
Oh, thank you, Brittany. Yeah, he dropped off, so thank you for letting me know. Yeah, I didn't know who that was, so I've never seen that name before, so it was kind of weird. Private chat should never be brought up. Well, yeah, caffeinated slug. Why would we call here? Let's just play this again. I need to regroup.
Hippie sissy, not that Angela. Angela, clips and giggles, not Angela as in voices talking to Case. I played a clip last night, Barb, where Voices says a good scandal brings views.
Ah,
And this was a very good scandal because now Voices gets views. They all get to go live as moral police. She was able to sell out Kim and Crafton low key, which is what Voices loves to do. She's able to ditch MKB and place blame on her, and they get to demonize me at the end of the day. I think this was a setup by Voices, and I just, you got to remember her mic was muted. Then it unmuted. That's very coincidental.
It was magic.
well, the thing about Voices is she's on panels like 8, 10, 12 hours a day, right? I mean,
Oh,
and so she knows the mute button very well. That's the only thing. I mean, she knows how to operate StreamYard way better than I do. I mean, she's on there all day long. I mean, you learn these things.
Yeah, and then you got Voices saying I played right into her hands. So what's that mean?
I'm going to play this again. Let's listen to this. Please mute.
I'm just saying that ones that give her money all the time.
Hello?
I just believe that she preyed upon their being vulnerable.
Crafton, just relax.
Yeah.
All I'm worried about,
Crafton, it's okay. Relax.
I don't want anybody going to jail, but I don't want anybody dying.
I don't want anybody going to jail, but I don't want anybody dying.
Keywords.
Why would you go to jail if you were threatening to self-harm?
And why did she make sure to say Crafton, relax, the minute she unmuted? This way we knew who she was talking to right away. And she gives up very important keywords.
And also, hey BBJ, like we didn't know what happened before this. So when I first heard this, I'm like, how did y'all? I had to listen to it a lot before I was able to get it. Like I wouldn't have known to record this and make a video out of it. I just wouldn't know. I didn't know. Okay, more.
I'm working.
Where's she going, Mel?
I don't want anybody dying. I don't give a
I don't want anybody dying.
fuck.
Oh.
I can't hear her.
I
Well,
don't
be
want anybody laying hands on anybody. I don't want anybody taking pills. That's it.
I don't want anybody laying hands on anybody, and I don't want anybody taking pills. Now, the taking pills would kind of fill you in that it could be a self-harm kind of thing. But the laying on of hands, that wouldn't be.
And right before that, when you hear her, somebody overspeaks her, if you listen closely, she goes, I don't give a fuck who's doing what to him. I just don't want anybody laying hands, and I don't want anybody popping pills. And anybody who's listened to Kim and Crafton since the day of her surgery, there has been a major change in speech and behavior. And I had continuously said the reason they are accusing me of popping pills is likely because they are. So I found validation in that sentence right there.
I thought Kim didn't use any substances.
besides Red Bull.
Well,
Yeah.
Red Bull will get you in a weird mood for sure. That's
Yes,
too much.
it will. Sugar
too
and
much.
caffeine galore.
Yeah, and I drank that one time with vodka in it.
Oh my
What?
goodness.
Yeah, I did. I did. Okay.
And how many days did it take you to come conscious again?
It's all right. I'm gonna play some more. So everybody mute, please.
I am trying to do whatever can be done because I just, no. I don't know what to do with I don't know where to put you. I don't know where to put her. I don't know.
To separate people who were not going at each other. And I guess she knew this because she must have watched the live earlier where they were fighting. I thought they were fighting on their own. Was it their own live or Noodle Mash's live? I'm just still confused.
It was their own life, but Voices claimed that she knew. Oh,
No, go.
sorry. It was on their own live, but Voices said that she knew an hour prior to this phone call what was happening. But just right there, she says, no. I don't know where to place you. I don't know where to place her. Now, if this was a mental health unaliving crisis, there would be no hesitation on where to place somebody, and you don't have to worry about placing them separately. You would say, listen, you need to call 911. She needs a mental health evaluation right now. Hang up, call 911. There wouldn't be no talks about a hotel and how to separate them. And why would you separate somebody from their safety net during a mental health crisis? It doesn't line up.
And guys, I know by doing this, by talking about this, and by showing this video that I'm putting myself in the crosshairs of Crafton and Kim, and I hate that, but you can be put in their crosshairs for just saying I'm quietly leaving their chat. I really shouldn't do this to myself, but here I am. So,
And
Barb,
huh? I didn't know you were going to do this today.
Nobody knew. I just came on and did it.
Well, they like to blame me for whatever anybody else does. I had no idea, but and think of this, Barb, because I know they try to frighten people into not speaking. They use the whole fear tactic. They'll attack you, all that good stuff. If the roles were reversed, do you think any of them would hesitate to go live with this recording? If it pertained to anybody besides themselves. If it was my recording, if it was Natasha's recording, they would go live in a heartbeat.
Well,
And play it at least 50 times. Sorry, Barb.
They've been playing Natasha's videos for months now, and having people who know her on their panel, people who supposedly knew her, and I've heard. Well, I mean, I've heard on YouTube, I don't know if it's true, that they do background checks on everybody. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, he admitted that he sent me over 20, what did he say, 23 people's doxes in 4 months period. So yeah, they do. I mean,
What's in this, judge and jury, what's in her, what is that something we need to listen to? Her 403 timestamp? I don't just want to run over there and play it. I don't know what it is. So just a second. Okay, let's listen more.
Something stop because this doesn't need to happen. And nobody on YouTube needs to be fucking playing this.
You're muted, Barb.
Who would be playing this on YouTube when playing what on YouTube? This whole thing, maybe that's what she meant. Maybe she meant this whole thing unfolding doesn't need to be on YouTube because they were arguing earlier and that was on YouTube, maybe?
Well, and what did she say a few seconds back? None of this needs to be happening. Is that what she said?
Yeah.
Right. So Kim wanting to unalive herself doesn't need to be happening? Or two people beating on each other doesn't need to be happening? Which part doesn't need to be happening?
Both of them.
Right.
Brittany wants me to take a lashing.
But take your lashing, girl. Well, you know what, Barb? I'll be there for you. So Judge and Juror is saying at that point of Natasha's live, they played the part where these ladies are on panel talking about private chat.
Who is Dolls Holly?
I have no idea.
No idea.
But that's why you got to be careful when you write in private chat, because people who click your link can read it. Word of advice to those over there that like to put their dirty business in private chats. Wish I didn't even tell you.
I don't even have any dirty business.
I know.
I don't know who this is. Okay.
Is it Holly Daniels?
No, it's Dolls Holly.
Oh.
And I've never heard that name, and I don't.
And no, it's probably that guy using a different name to try to get up here now.
Yeah.
Josh.
Josh, yeah.
Love the name though.
All right, Andrea's mom. Andrea.
I know
mom.
Froggy was asking for the link to be dropped. If that
Hello.
helps.
Who?
Andrea, mom.
Hello. Hello.
Hey, Andrea, mom. Let me finish playing this one. We're halfway through.
I don't want to be a part of you playing that though.
Oh.
So if you want me to talk, I'll talk. Okay, first of all, I'm getting really pissed because I knew nothing about what was going on till the end, and to have people attacking me, that's ridiculous. That don't know. I don't know what was going on with Kim and Crafton. Obviously something was going on because she abruptly said end it, right?
Yeah, who's attacking you?
I wasn't watching. All the people in Barb's chat are saying shit, and it's pissing me off because
Oh, they are. Well, my mods are y'all taking care of the chat because I
Nope.
can't catch
no,
up.
they're not.
I can't.
So
do-
anyway, it's funny that you guys who weren't even there know what happened, and I was there. And yeah, it pissed me off that Jess was playing it regardless if it was her self-harm or DV. It shouldn't be blasted, in my opinion, over and over and over and over and over.
Well, right
However,
there, you just
I
said
would-
that
wait,
you
wait,
know
wait,
what was
wait.
going on
Can I
because you were
finish?
there, but you're also on the same hand telling us you don't know
can't
what was
even hear
going
you
on.
because I'm talking.
Okay,
So
so you're
if you want to be
contradicting.
heard, let me talk. I didn't know what was going on. I took it upon myself when you were playing it. I don't need anyone's permission. I'm not scared of voices. I'm not scared of you. I'm not scared of anybody. I came out here to make friends. I didn't know what was going on. I was hanging out, and Mom knows best. I don't pay attention to the private chat. When she abruptly ended it, then I looked and I took one screenshot. Yes. So if you want to
Okay.
go twist and run with it, go ahead.
Nobody's twisting and running. My life remains.
Yeah,
Everybody
that's
can see back
exactly.
there and
I don't even know. I had nothing to do with it. I don't know what's going on in Kim and Crafton's private life. Obviously, it's not something good, right? And I don't think it should be blasted all over the internet. It's none of our business.
Do you take that
And-
same energy when they're talking about my children, my living arrangements, my background, my sobriety? Do you take
If
that
I
same?
had something to do with it, I would have that same energy. Yeah. If
Oh,
there
well,
was,
you're always
if
in
I
the
was
chat
being
when it's
blamed
happening,
about,
and I don't think you take that energy. How
I'm
about
sorry.
Natasha's private life? Is that you too,
I
Fonda?
don't listen to stuff they say about people's. I listen to Natasha things, and this is ridiculous how people just run with whatever they want to say. It's funny.
It is.
It's almost,
Isn't it?
it's almost
It is
fucking
ridiculous.
funny because I
And
don't
it
know.
happens, Andrea, mom. It happens constantly to all of us. I mean, everybody gets talked about like that on here, and it's just the way it is. And unfortunately, people lie and people talk about each other. It's horrible. I don't know why we have to be so this way about everybody, but it's
Yeah,
the way
no,
it is.
you did
So
say,
I'm
Andrea,
just
Tom,
saying.
that
I mean, and I don't care what really. I mean, I'm gonna say this one time. Natasha twists everything, so I don't give anything to what she says.
So,
But
Andrea, mom, judge and jury is telling me that I should play what Natasha played and let you comment on that. Is that okay
why
with you?
would I give two fucks about what Natasha says?
well, it's not what
She's the one
Natasha's
Not what
saying.
she
It's
said.
about
It's
it.
what it's not what she said. It's what she played.
What do
Andrea,
you
Tom,
mean? What did she?
I don't know what it is because I
don't
didn't
want to
hear it yet.
listen, but I
I
had
know
no
what it is.
parts of what was going on with Angela and with Kim and Crafton. That had nothing to do with me.
Okay, but did you come on my panel and say that if we saw the private chat or knew what was going on, we would understand better? Did you say that?
What I said was at the end when Angela came in abruptly like that, we couldn't make out. I already explained this. We couldn't
She
make
didn't
out
know
what
you
she
did
was
the baby
saying. She
then.
was off in the distance. I believe that she thought she was muting, and then she thought she was muted and she did it reversely. Like she thought she was muting herself, but really she was unmuting herself. And so I believe her in that aspect. However, when it's coming on me that I didn't know what was going on, what the fuck? I don't know anything about Kim and Crafton's personal life. I don't
Well, you're
know
saying, see, that, so this is my problem. You did come on my panel and say that. You did. I didn't make that up. You
I
said it. You
said
also
that
came
I
up
knew
here.
Kim and
Excuse me, can I
Crafton's
finish?
personal
You
life.
also came up here and said, it's funny that all of us who weren't there think we know what was going on, and you were there. But you're again saying, even though you were there, you didn't know what was going on. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to
Because
believe
no,
what our
no,
ears are
no.
hearing.
Hold on a
Because
minute,
I put the pieces together.
everybody mute.
I was
Please.
putting the pieces together
Andrew, your
as
mom,
it was
please mute.
Pardon?
I'm muting everybody. We're going to play this clip from Natasha about this whole situation with the phone call. I haven't heard it. I'm being told that it's something we should hear. And if you want to comment on it, you're welcome to. But I'm shutting down the arguing at the moment because I want to move over to this.
Oh, Lord have mercy, y'all. Okay. Buckle up, buttercups. Get on your listening ears. Listening ears, headphones, earbuds. Get it all on.
Get it all
While I
on.
am trying to pull this up. Come on. I'm about to throw this damn computer.
Well, you got a new one, Natasha. You got a new one, and you got a desktop and a laptop out there in the she shed.
Chocolate chip cookies. And they're pretty tasty, even though they are a bit charred.
I want a cookie. Can I have a cookie? Please, may I have a cookie?
I'd like a cuppa with a glass of milk, please.
Just call Peaky Ethel.
I'm playing it, y'all. I'm playing it, and I'm going to catch up with chat.
So I want y'all to listen to this closely.
Listen up.
Closely.
Yes, hippie sissy.
Okay.
Yes.
Closely.
Okay, Natasha. She's getting a new
I'm not going to
recliner.
interrupt until it's over. And then we're going to talk about it.
Natasha, can I play this without interrupting so I don't get struck?
I'm engraving her invitation right now to play it.
She doesn't strike people.
She struck me, girl. Yeah.
Can someone read, please?
Oh, Lord have mercy, y'all. Okay. Buckle up, buttercups. Get on your listening ears. Listening ears, headphones, earbuds. Get it all on while I am
Hey,
trying to pull
Socket.
this up. Come on. I'm about to throw this damn computer.
I also have a timestamp I'd like to pull.
I'm eating chocolate chip cookies. And they're pretty tasty, even though they are a bit charred.
Can we forward through this? You're muted, Barb.
Thank you. Whose video is this? Because it says, I have taken MKB's live and cut every part. The phone rings and the situation is mentioned.
Probably Peekaboo's.
Okay. I just cut out all the trash talking that was done on Natasha out of a live that is hours long. This was all there was leading up to that moment. If you need to hear the whole thing, I have it. That way nobody can say anything. I put out it's fake. A lie. That way nobody can say anything I put out is fake, a lie, or enhanced.
What's up?
I don't think Trisha
Trisha
should be
said,
going
"Hey,
near
she's
this.
there. Yeah, she's up here." Anybody else got a question? She's needing money. She's begging for money.
What's the matter, Boots?
She's begging for.
Case will not stop calling me.
Boots called TCK.
Dexter.
True Crime Karen.
This says it's True Crime Karen. It's that post that Natasha had up for days. It says, NC, there is already speculation that you rub one out sometimes when you are live, which means rub one out only means one thing. And another comment that she made that was screenshot from True Crime Karen says, Dalton can't fuck her. He can't find her vagina.
Yeah, and somebody else said roller and flower.
Yeah, I know who says roller and flower because I hear that all the time, or used to. Okay.
I told her I'm on.
Broken Justice.
Now Boots knows how I feel when she calls my phone 100 times. I'm in the middle of something. Call case said it's an emergency.
Okay, I'll jump back up.
Hey, Mr. Mark.
Bye.
Assistance to BBT 2.0. NC had no problem using BBT's channel to sell her makeup. It seems like a setup at Mama Knows Best. Yep.
I agree.
Did they say call case it's an emergency? Is that what y'all are saying?
They did. Yeah.
Trisha and Boots need the link.
Trisha and Boots.
Is this what it's like to be high, British Chippy? Not for
There
me.
you go.
Hey, Trisha. Can you help us?
Hello.
Can you help us here?
Hey,
Because we're pretty sure
Trisha.
that this isn't right.
Trisha.
Yeah, what's up?
We're pretty sure
I
that
need
this
you to-
isn't legit.
Oh, it's definitely not legit. It's
I
definitely
need
not
you to
legit.
call Case ASAP. It is an emergency.
I messaged her, but I can't do anything until she messages me back.
uh,
Yeah, the call feature
Leanne-
is not there. Messages me back.
her
She
number's
said
in
Leanne
private
or
chat
Leanne?
for you. She told me to give it to you.
Okay.
What is the relevancy here?
I don't have a phone
Leanne is
until
the part of
tomorrow.
something.
Huh?
That spirit
I
I don't
box,
have a
y'all.
phone until tomorrow. Yeah,
But
not
what
until
are they
tomorrow.
playing?
My phone's good.
We'll go see them. Midnight.
Okay. Hold on.
After midnight. We're
Glenn
gonna
is
get-
gone.
What?
She's talking about Glenn now.
After midnight.
Okay, look in private chat.
Murder? Glenn murder.
No.
Okay, I will be right back.
Natasha, it started. I'll be right back, y'all. Hold on.
This is what you people listen to over there?
Well, we are just playing rotating panel.
Okay. Shit.
That was Natasha. She was playing the spirit box.
Someone just Pink just
Is
said I
Case
don't
okay?
like this at all.
Case is fine.
Well, she sounded like it's an emergency, telling everybody around here to call her, like it was an emergency or something.
I saw it throw through
Heidi
chat like
said
5
this is
times.
getting scary.
Who did?
Private
Heidi-
chat, everyone, do not read it out loud.
Whoa, this is getting scary. Private chat, everybody. Don't read it out loud. That's what they said.
No, I was reading someone's comment that said this is getting scary because we were listening
Oh, I see.
to Natasha playing the spirit box.
Oh,
So
okay.
someone in her chat was saying this is getting scary, so I was reading it out loud.
Okay, good. Thanks for interpreting that.
Boots, you and
Not
y'all's
reading your
messages.
fucking private
What?
That was the video you're playing.
chat out loud.
It's
I'm
get-
reading
It's getting on my
Natasha's.
nerves.
No, if you want to know what's going on, that's why.
We don't want to know. I'm looking at Natasha's chat.
Yes.
Her people are getting tripped out and she don't care. Everyone's saying this is scary, it's getting dark. Look at all those comments.
Well, I can't because of Boots.
Boots,
Ruth said it
bitch.
doesn't scare me. I'm saying, Case is just this like she running my chat.
So that says MKB. Lots of people always run your chat and panel.
Everybody worried about Case. I was trying to say what happened to Case. Ooh, it scared the shit out of me.
Okay, well, don't.
Brittany, pretty much every day they stream Natasha because she goes live around the same time in the night at night, 9-ish my time. And typically almost every one I've seen in the last since she started going live, it's been her and Natasha talking back and forth from their respective live streams.
Barb, can I
So-
play this clip really quick before you continue that one? It's really quick.
Okay.
Just okay, ready?
The one you gave me to go look. That
It's no, it's one about the private chat.
one? Okay, go ahead.
Do you know what Voices was doing at that moment? Well, I know what was going on in the private chat prior to this. So yeah.
Did you take screenshots?
Pardon?
Right. Did you take screenshots of the private chat?
I actually did, but those are private. I mean, that's private things that are going on that I can't discuss. I just wanted to say that it was not a setup. That's my.
So right there, she says that there was things going on in private chat prior to that. So you're lying, Andrea's mom.
No, I'm not lying. Sorry.
So were you lying the other day or lying
When
today?
I woke up, when I woke up and I saw what you were playing, I didn't even hear what Angela was totally saying. I didn't put everything together until I heard you playing what was playing. And then I kind of put the pieces together. I looked at the end and I saw that when she said, shut this down, I looked at the private chat then and I saw a couple words that I didn't think you should be playing that. The first time I really heard what Angela was saying is when you were playing it. I couldn't make out what she was saying at all. We didn't know what was going on. Me and Mama Knows Best had no part of that. You can clearly see it was between Boots and Case and I don't know. It was none of my business. But when I woke up and I heard you playing it, then I put the pieces together and I was like, yeah, this shouldn't be played. Like, I don't know. I didn't have part
I
of that.
understand your stance on it shouldn't be played, but I'm saying here on my panel that day, you said that you knew what was going on in private chat prior to that. You said it. I just played it.
Because I
But
took
today you're saying it was after the call you looked at
Well,
private
I
chat.
didn't mean it that way. I didn't mean that I knew the whole time what was going on. Clearly, there was something going on, right? I mean, you can hear it, someone saying emergency and all that shit. I didn't have any part of it though.
Andrea, Mom, what was the emergency?
I don't know. I have no clue.
So when
She had
you screenshotted the chat, did you know then?
No, not really. I didn't put it together. I mean, obviously there was something going on, but it had nothing
You
to
still
do with
haven't put it together?
not until the morning when I was listening to Jess's live.
So
and
now
she was
you've put it together though. Now you know?
hello.
Now
So
you
I
know
was
So the morning after you put it together, you knew what the private chat was about.
I
Is that what
still don't even know for sure what was
Oh,
going
you still
on
don't
with Kim
know.
and
Okay.
Crafton. I took one screenshot because Angela said, shut this down. And then I looked at private chat. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And so I took like one screenshot and
Uh-huh.
it said a couple things. And then I was kind of, trying to figure out. I didn't know what was going on. Obviously, something was going on, but it had nothing to do with anything I was saying or doing, or I was listening to the Natasha thing. That was between them.
Do you
And I
have any
didn't,
do you have any like generalized thing about what was being said in that private chat? I don't want details, but if you've seen it and screenshot it, you have some kind of idea what was being said, right?
it was at the end. I got one screenshot and it was of the last, whatever they said, the very last part of it. And then I was
And
putting together, okay, well, Boots said emergency and call case. And I don't even remember. Like I wasn't paying attention to all that until I woke up and saw Jess's playing that. And I was like, oh my God, I hear it now. And that's not okay for her to be playing that. And
Yeah,
that's
it's
why
all Jess's fault. You know what, Andrew's mom? If this was my leaked phone call, you would all be over there talking about it. So spare me with the morals
excuse
and
me.
background
When
right
have
now,
I
please.
ever done that? What are you even talking about?
How about the times you run around chat saying Granny's at the courthouse right now? The playing both sides, the private emails to me that you're sticking up for me when I can clearly see you talking shit. What do you think? I'm naive? You think you
I
can
don't even
gaslight me out of what I hear and what I see? You said right here on my panel.
Andrea,
it's fine.
Mom, let me ask you something,
Yeah,
Andrea,
I was
Mom.
very respectful of you. I wanted you to take that down. And
Andrea, Mom, why did you even think to take a screenshot if you don't know what's going on? I mean, you just decided to take a
that's
screenshot.
exactly why, because I didn't know what was going on. I took a screenshot and I didn't even honestly read it until yesterday.
Oh. And you still don't know what was going on.
I still don't know what the fuck's really going on.
Yeah, ignorance is bliss. I mean, she doesn't want to divulge what was going on in private chat. That's fine. But don't get up here and yell at me that I'm lying when I can
No,
play your own words back and say that I'm being honest.
Clearly something was going on. It doesn't take a genius to figure that out.
Right. Now what it takes a genius to figure out, depending what side you stand on, was there domestic violence
I'm not
between
on
two
any side.
participating
What do you
partners?
mean?
Or was it an unaliving situation? So I'm not speaking just here. I'm speaking in general.
But you know what? Either way, in my opinion, it's none of our business.
Right.
Whatever.
I agree. Mm-hmm.
It's none of our business, whatever. And I stayed out of that chat. I've never chatted in a private chat ever.
Yeah. 90% of things that these people use as content is nobody's business. This happens to have taken place on a public forum. I didn't dig for it. I didn't dig in people's private lives. It was right here on a public format. And if it was anybody else's, if it was Natasha's, it would be fair game. If it was mine, it'd be fair game. So please excuse us while we make it fair game.
Yeah, no, I don't. I happen to be there, and that's why I'm having problems. If I wasn't there, I wouldn't even be saying anything about it. So, because it's somehow twisted into me doing something when I only went up to your panel because I wanted to say that I don't think what you're doing is right.
Andrea, Mom, did you record the hearing that Noodle Mash had with Mrs. P? That's what the chat's saying.
Yeah, I recorded pieces of it.
Okay.
I didn't record the whole thing. I recorded pieces of it. And
Well, I'm just,
And that's illegal.
everybody's saying like this isn't any of our business. We shouldn't talk about it. We shouldn't play these videos. We shouldn't do any of this stuff.
But
But
I'm
yet,
saying this is about someone either harming themselves or being harmed.
This is about two adults that choose to harm each other and then gaslight an entire community. So either
See,
you are
I don't
supportive.
even know. I don't know them well enough to know their
wait a
past,
minute,
their history.
Andrea, Mom. Let me just say this: if Natasha, because you do cover Natasha, that's the only person you cover, right?
Because
On your
she's not
channel?
allowed here.
Huh?
She's not supposed to be here.
So
yes,
that's
I
why you
agree.
cover her, because she's not supposed to be here.
And the bullying and the lying about getting money.
Hey,
Yep.
I have all kinds of reasons to cover Natasha. I've done it myself a lot. But what I'm saying is, see, you can't, it's the same with me. I can't cover Natasha and do what I've done and then say that I've got clean hands and that I've never done anything and
I
that
didn't
it's none
say
of my business. It's
what was going on with Kim and Crafton. I had no idea about to be able to speak
right.
on.
And now you're saying we shouldn't
The
talk
only
about it. And
reason
you're
I went
saying
up there because it didn't. I mean, morally, that did not sound correct to be putting somebody that's either self-harming or being harmed out there. That's nobody's business, in my opinion.
okay.
to
And
be
what
doing.
I'm saying is, would Natasha say that you calling PayPal and talking and then showing and then playing it? I don't know.
Yes, absolutely. I feel
That
I
would
have
be
the
your
right to do
business,
that.
but it's not your business to talk about somebody who.
It's my business when she's blaming all of us for having it taken down. Yeah. Same with her channels. She's blaming all of us for mass reporting and she's lying. So yes, that's when it becomes my business, when she's blaming me. Yep.
Yeah, and when
Well,
Kim and
if you
Crafton
knew
are over there
Crafton and
standing
if you
at
knew
the
what
pole
Crafton and
popper,
Kim were doing to everybody, you would understand why people are wanting to talk about them because they've done nasty things to people.
they're over there
Listen,
saying I'm a pill popper and people need to contact CPS and have my kids removed because I'm strung out on drugs. So forgive me when I hear this voice message being played that nobody needs to be popping pills or each other. I find satisfaction in it. If they had done to you, Andrea, Mom, what they've done to me, believe me, you'd be playing this. And matter of fact, if it was mine, they'd be playing it. So I
And my
appreciate your
point,
moral stance on this, but it doesn't quite align with your own actions. So
and
I think you need to reflect on your own and don't worry about what
me
I'm doing. And
personally,
don't
I
call
would
me a
never
liar
air
when I'm not lying.
anybody's anything like that out. So
so if Natasha had, if this had all been Natasha had been any part of this, would you have played it?
if Natasha had any part of it, I don't know. Probably not, because look what the subject is. It's about someone potentially being hurt or hurting themselves. So yeah, I would say no.
Do you think that the content that is placed out on Natasha or myself could lead either of us at any point to self-harm? Do you think 12 people going live a day, tag teaming each other, slandering me, harassing me, bullying me could lead? I'm sorry?
My focus was solely on what just happened. And I saw you were playing that. I'm not sitting here going, well, what did they do to them? And I mean, I would have done the same thing, just like I did when Mandy put out your information. I told her to take it down.
Right.
Like, I mean, it's not about who it is, it's about what it is. And as far as Natasha, she's not in the same category in my eyes because she's not allowed here. So
there it is. So it's dependent on who you like and who you don't. One is fair game, one isn't. One's mental health matters, one doesn't.
That's what I'm trying to say. Let me take over. Hold on. It's my panel and I want to talk. Andrea, Mom, I'm not trying to make that same point. That point is that you make you will talk about Natasha all day long. A lot of us have and do. But you're making a point that this isn't any of your business. Well, I'm sure Natasha thinks that stuff's not any of your business that you cover about her. And just because you qualify it by saying that, well, she's not supposed to be here and she did this and she did that. That's your thing, but we have things with other people that we want to talk about. And that doesn't give you moral superiority that, well, I wouldn't cover it because this is the topic. You just can't play that game.
you guys are comparing totally different situations. Somebody's accusing me and everyone for that matter of taking their channels down and taking their PayPal down. That is a whole different ball game. You're comparing totally different situations.
Wait, are you saying somebody accused you of taking down a channel on a PayPal is worse than somebody accusing somebody of being on drugs and telling people to contact CPS? Somebody accusing somebody of faking cancer? Are you comparing the
I'm not,
petty,
what do you mean
irrelevant
I'm
bullshit
talking
to the
about?
real life changing crap? Is that the comparison you have? If that's the worst thing that's been done to you, Andrea and Mom, then count your blessings. But it doesn't excuse what you do and sit in
Do you know
when
how
other people are doing to other
stuck
people.
up for you? There's a lot of times I've stuck up for you just because I don't have it right here in the forefront in front of me. So, you know, I don't know. My only thing was hearing you play that. I was there that night and I knew something obviously not good was going on. So, in my opinion, I went up there. I wasn't thinking about everything tit for tat. I was thinking this isn't right to be played.
And that's your right. For your right to think it doesn't need to be played. I didn't have any idea that I would ever play this, but it's been played so much, it's not a secret. But let me say that Clueless is here, and Clueless would like to make a Clueless wants to say something. Clueless?
Thank you, Barb. I didn't want to interrupt, guys. I didn't want to be one of those people, period. I brought this up in a college class when we were discussing books. Unfortunately, the subject was kids killing their parents. But anyway, when I hear Andrea say, well, she's blaming me and everyone else for mass reporting, Jess is saying the whole popping pills, CPS, and whatever else they've said, it's all about apathy. And for those who don't know what apathy means, you don't care until it involves you. And that's essentially what Andrea is talking about bringing up with Natasha. Jess is talking about bringing up in Kim and Kaftan. I'm not saying this is a bad thing. It just is. Make sense?
Yes.
It's neither right or wrong. It just is. And that's where you get the emotional connection. And that's where Andrea is fervently talking about Natasha. I could talk about Natasha all day long, regardless whether she's supposed to be here or not. She's hysterical and good material. Jess, if I wanted to, I could talk about her too, probably. Barb even, and I love Barb, especially the hedgehog. But none of this actually impacts me, but I can certainly make my opinion on it. We all have opinions. I feel everyone should have opinions, apathy or not.
Thank you for
Everyone
that.
went
Thank you for your
quiet.
Thank you. Thank you. Did I hear Chicken Feet saying, did I hear V for V is ban evading too? So isn't that argument irrelevant when she sits
Who?
beside her? Voice
Who?
for the voiceless. Is she ban evading?
Not that I know of. I mean, she has her channel and it's the same channel she's always had. She's not taking channels down and making new ones. So
Okay,
I don't see-
we're gonna play some more of this Natasha's video of what happened before the snafu, whatever you want to call it, on MKB's.
Don't read private chat publicly, please. Let's respect privacy, number one. Number two, maybe the ghost of Gabby Petito will come and bite her in the ass for lying about her donation.
Let's respect privacy. Oh, the irony.
Phone rings. Phone rings. Phone rings.
I've had no response, Boots.
Shit.
None.
That's not the phone ringing. That's MKB always does that.
Who-
That's not Angela's phone. But anyway.
I don't think we said whose phone it was, did we? I'm just reading what the video says. I haven't
And I'm
heard
just-
this.
Yeah. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
okay.
That's MKB's phone or whatever that sound is. It's always going off on her end.
All righty.
Check
Yes, I
private chat.
texted her. I already did.
Thank you. Sorry. I'm just trying to keep on top of things. I just am afraid of the last thing that I said. And I really hope that everybody can respect privacy up here tonight.
I just don't know any other way to do it.
That's fine. Well, we're putting, I've put out my resources that I have, so.
Okay.
we'll just sit back. I have two possibilities and I've used both of them. One personal and one professional. And I put out what I need, what I can do.
Okay, thank you.
So we've done
Well, we can.
everything that we can do on our end. Has anybody heard from Case?
Yes.
Has there been any other contact on the other end?
No.
Anyone else?
Check private chat, y'all.
It worked. They're all gone. Exactly.
Boots, please pass that message along.
Speaking of proof, let's take a little jaunder down this road of proof. So I guess
I did.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I came up to get in private chat a minute.
Oh, okay.
Came up to get in private chat a minute. So the private chat must have been bustling. It must have been chatting for somebody to, well, I don't know. She didn't know what was going on, so she wanted to come see, I guess.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Bestie.
But she just said her name.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were lying
Damn.
to get her to use her information and the stuff that they knew about her and Lana to get content and money. That's exactly what Natasha did. You know? And Melissa I mean,
this all just gets back into that sticky fucking territory.
it really does. But I'm just saying that
bullshit.
Well, I'm just saying that the links that Natasha will go to make a buck, she doesn't care if it costs someone their life, their kids, their income resource, and she doesn't care if she puts them in the ground.
What did that say so far? I backed it up a tiny bit. Sorry.
Sorry. I'm just trying to keep on top of things.
If somebody was having a major emergency and they were wanting help from me, the last thing I would do was would be on somebody's panel when these life and death emergencies are happening to someone I know who is reaching out to people for help. I wouldn't be sitting on a panel. None of this ever would have happened. But I'm not her, so.
I just am afraid of the last thing that I said.
Which was?
And I really hope that everybody can respect privacy up here tonight.
I just don't know any other way to do it.
That's fine. Well, we're putting, I've put out my resources that I have, so.
Okay.
We'll just sit back. I have two possibilities and I've used both of them. One personal and one professional. And I put out what I need, what I can do.
Okay, thank you.
So we've done
Well, we can.
Everything that we can do on our end.
So the chat was so busy that somebody wanted to, or so interesting that somebody wanted to come up on panel to see the private chat, but you could be on panel and not even look at the private chat. That's just
Well,
odd.
and if somebody was in a mental health crisis, this doesn't sound very urgent. Matter of fact, they're kind of like, well, I done everything I could do. Meanwhile, my friends over there contemplating on Alive and herself. It doesn't line up with that excuse given. It
Listen, I
doesn't.
don't see a chat right now. I'm on my phone. I'm not seeing
Oh.
a chat. I don't see the chat. I
You
didn't
I'm on my
see a
phone
chat.
too.
Can you
You
see
click
I'm
private
on my
chat from your
phone and I
phone?
can see
Yeah.
private chat.
Pardon?
I'm on my phone and I can see private chat. It's not exciting.
I'm on my phone. I
Well,
see it
what
too. Yeah, not
I'm not
excited.
I can't
choosing to
comment
look.
though in the real chat though. I haven't figured that out.
It's a choice to look, and I wasn't looking at the chat. I don't see it.
So be it.
Okay.
It was
All
a
right.
conversation between Angela and Boots. They were clearly
On a
talking
live.
to one another.
Telling everybody,
On
to
a
look at the
live.
private chat. Right, on a live
So,
saying,
wait, how do you
ladies,
know what it was about if you didn't look at it?
Until
I
the
already
end.
said like 10 times at the end. Listen very
Oh,
carefully. Nobody's listening. At the very
I said
end,
till the end.
the way she abruptly ended, I went and looked when she was saying, shut it down, shut it down. I went and looked and took a quick screenshot one.
okay.
And it was the
Gotcha.
very last because I was trying to figure out what the hell was going on. I could not hear what she was saying off in the distance. I didn't hear it until the next morning when I heard Jess playing it and I was putting things together like this isn't good. And so I went up on her panel and said my opinion.
Oh,
that I
Barb,
didn't
keep
think
playing,
she
please,
should be
because
playing it.
it comes up.
Okay, let me play this. Thank you.
Has anybody heard from Case?
Yes.
Has there been any other contact on the other end?
No.
Hi, Mustang Sally.
Anyone else?
Check private chat, y'all.
It worked. They're all going.
I don't know if I'm sitting on a panel and people keep saying to check private chat. I'm going to look at private chat. That's just me, but I'm not arguing with you.
That's
Andrea,
you,
Mom.
but I have a life
Right.
and I have children and I have other things going on. A lot of the time, I'm not even sitting there the whole time. I'm popping in and out.
Well, you said you were too busy looking at Natasha's chat, so you weren't busy doing like real life stuff
Well,
because you
yeah,
were busy looking at it.
at
Okay.
different points. That was how many hours long?
And
That was
Andrea,
how
Mom.
I don't know. Usually somebody who's so busy with their real life don't have time to sit on a panel for hours. I don't know. Sorry.
And I have a real life too. Are you
I
insinuating that we don't have a
Have you
real
ever
life?
seen me sit on a panel for hours and hours?
You
But
just said that was how many hours ago? You just said it. You contradict yourself every time you speak. Do you realize?
I don't sit there the whole time. I get
Oh.
up and move around.
I'm
Like, I
walking
don't
around right now and I'm still able to comment and look at private
That's
chat and
you.
oh,
We're
so you
different
can't
people.
multitask.
I take care of
Okay.
There's things I have going on in my life that I don't sit there always the whole time and listen to every word. And I wasn't concerned about the private chat. It was none of my business. Otherwise, she would have been telling me like, that's ridiculous. Just because someone wouldn't do something doesn't mean someone else wouldn't or
That's
would
totally
do it. We're all
true.
different.
That's totally true. But if I'm
Mm-hmm.
sitting on a panel and somebody's going, look at the chat, private chat, I would be like, I'm nosy. Like, you do research and stuff. You do all this stuff about Natasha. So
Wow.
well, Andrea, Mom, it just seems like you're just walking around this topic.
What would my point be to say I didn't know what was going on there?
Willful ignorance. Willful ignorance is very key component for things, and I think that's what you're playing right now.
I concur.
Okay,
So you like to cover
if
you like
I
to
knew
cover
what was
Natasha
going
and
on-
everybody else is off limits, right? Everybody, you don't think that anybody on here should talk about anybody, which we really shouldn't, but we do. But if
Really?
it's
I
about
never even
Natasha, you
said
do.
that. It was that.
What?
It was that particular incident. Like this is disgusting. I have to keep repeating over and over and over. It was the particular incident that I heard and I would have done that for anybody and I already said this like 100 times. Listen, I would have done that for anybody, and I happen to be
Okay, I'm gonna interrupt right now again. I'm gonna interrupt and I'm gonna play more of this video. Thank you, everybody. We're not getting anywhere arguing back and forth about this. And I'm
Exactly.
sorry that I keep saying, well, what about this? And you say you already told me, so forgive me for that. But listen, we already did.
Booch, please pass that message along.
Speaking of proof, let's take a little jaunder down this road of proof. So I guess
I did.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I came up to get in private chat a minute.
Oh, okay.
We're back to where we were. So I think that sounded like Tucker. And Tucker went up there to get in private chat. So something's going on in private chat. Tucker wanted to jump in on. Phone rings.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Bestie.
I can
Phone
also
ring.
tell you that MKB wasn't reading it either.
Yeah.
They were
if it was-
lying.
Maybe if
Yeah.
it was my panel, I
Get
would
her
have been
to-
reading
to get
private chat,
to
but it wasn't.
Use her information and the stuff that they knew about her and Lana to get content and money. That's exactly what Natasha did. And Melissa,
Sorry, Juror made an excellent point. Everybody pay attention. If this was Natasha and Dalton, this would have been played for the next 6 months. FFS.
Not by me.
This all just gets back into that sticky fucking territory.
it really does. But I'm just saying that.
Absolute bullshit.
Well, I'm just saying that the links that Natasha will go to make a buck. He doesn't care if it costs someone their life, their kids, their income resource.
So far, BJ has mentioned everything everyone has done to Natasha.
And she doesn't care if she puts them in the ground. It doesn't even register.
This is literally the last 11 minutes of MKB Live.
At all.
Damn.
To her. She thinks she is the most important person in this world.
I find it a little odd the way everything has unfolded.
When, I'm telling you, when
And the subject being discussed about Natasha.
she goes, she thinks that she's going to be
Especially if they have a friend in such a crisis.
the first person in heaven. And I swear, she really does. And I said,
Gonna own heaven.
I said she's going to get a rude awakening when God makes her stand up there and wait and say, I don't think so. Yeah, she's going to get a rude awakening.
I think you went north by accident because you're supposed to be south, girl, right?
What?
I'm talking about heaven. She's gonna go to heaven. She went the wrong direction because she's going straight south.
Oh,
right. But I mean, I just believe that she thinks so much of herself that she thinks that her behavior is perfect and God is just going to be there waiting on her to get her up there to them pearly gates so she can have all those riches. I mean, I don't know. She just, money is everything to her.
She thinks God is waiting for her with a crown, just for
Oh,
her.
the crown. I forgot about
when
the
she
crown.
arrives.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about the crown. She'll already have it on.
yeah, nobody sounds very worried about this crisis.
She'll wear it. She already have it on.
Because I didn't know there was a crisis.
She sure will. My
Something
Lord.
else, wow.
Somebody saying I was here tonight. Hannah and Jim and Jack bought the stuff. And I thought Gentleman Jack paid $800 for guitar. If she bought
Wow.
a guitar for $800, she
That's
needs
freaking a lot of money. Mm-mm-mm. And but we don't even know. I mean, we don't. She's saying that they didn't get the stuff, but they could have got the stuff, and they're just scamming BBT.
Possibly.
I mean, or maybe they didn't get the stuff. I don't know. I mean, but
Talk
Yeah,
to you
it's
later, Amanda.
unfortunate when a liar claims something you can't. I mean, it's her fault. We don't believe anything she says.
Boom, that right there. When a liar claims something, it's their fault. We don't believe what they say. I agree with you.
treats us.
Hope you
Exactly.
feel better.
I mean, we're not doing this with anybody else, are we? I mean,
Nope.
we treat. I see that this community, these people that are in here right now, we treat people as we would like to be treated. All of us.
I'm pretty sure you're not the only community who does that. I'm just reading what it says here.
We're on the same page there.
Keep
And
chatting it. Only reason NC isn't in hell.
The same page that uses stalks, bullies, and harasses Natasha Cooper, her family, and subscribers.
Yeah, it's because even Satan doesn't want to deal with her, in my
that's
opinion.
what I said. That's what I said. Satan didn't even want her soul.
The same creators with the same people in their chats discussing the exact same thing.
God,
They're
he
gonna
said
be
it
like,
wasn't worth
deny,
nothing.
deny, deny.
You know, you sell your soul to
But they have had a friend in crisis as this is going on.
the devil. Well, he said hers ain't worth nothing.
She'll get
Never
there
went down to
and
Georgia. Looking
God
for a
will say,
soul
"Where's the
to
20K, Natasha?"
Who is that that's talking?
That was
I
Andrea mom right then, right?
I can't believe that some things, depending upon who you like, is off limits, but saying that God doesn't want somebody's soul is completely acceptable. Like it's the hypocrisy for me. The whole thing's nasty, the whole thing's ugly, and that's what we're at. And I'll admit, I am being just as ugly by playing that voice clip. Yes, I am. It's not something I would normally do to anybody. And a matter of fact, I didn't do it to Kim the first time. I stood by her the same way most of you are. The second time, I'm sorry, if you choose to stay in that environment, you have nobody else to blame for it. And I don't feel guilty for playing that clip. I don't. I'm looking for my Christmas backdrop and I can't find it.
Here we go.
God. She never gonna live down that 20K.
I don't show any
No.
grace for
No.
Natasha. I'm sorry. I just don't.
Yeah, that's how I
But-
feel with Kim and Crafton. I show
I'm
no
just
grace
getting
either.
confused when Andrea talks
Well, then
because
you
I don't know if she's
understand
talking on
then.
my panel or on that panel. So
I think that was her talking right now, saying
I
she doesn't
know.
give grace to Natasha. Yeah, I don't give grace to Kim and Crafton. After everything they put me through, I feel the same way. I agree.
yeah, Andrea mom. See, that's the thing.
And if you want to call it being a hypocrite, call it that. But I don't treat other people because other people don't, not from what I've seen, don't do what she's doing. Maybe you've seen other stuff and you know other things, especially if it's about you, you know. But
Yeah,
Natasha,
all of your friends, Andrea, all of your friends that you're in chats with and everything. Matter of fact, you've commented on some of them. They have all been really invading my life. So I find it hard to believe that you've been absent from YouTube for 2 weeks. You're in chats, but you don't hear what the creator's saying. Or are you? If you're being willfully ignorant, that's fine. Just say it, but stop gaslighting people that you're unaware because you're fully aware and you know you are.
I didn't. No, I don't know everything. I don't pay a whole lot of attention. I'm not solely focused unless, to be honest, it's about Natasha.
Oh, that's obsessive. Did you email me? Was that you?
Me?
I won't speak about the contents. I just want to make sure that was you because now I'm feeling like maybe it wasn't.
No, I didn't send. Are you talking to me?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
So, Andrea mom, I guess my point is what I don't feel like you're getting is that people on YouTube have issues with other people besides you have an issue with Natasha. Some of us have issues with other people, and
right,
you know, you're getting angry with people for covering other people, but it's fine for
No,
you to
I'm
cover
not. Who am I angry?
Do you listen? I'm gonna say
Not
it one
okay. Angry was the wrong word. You're saying
not gonna-
that we shouldn't
listen.
show anything about these other people, but yet you can do whatever with Natasha because she's not supposed to be here.
Was I demanding or being rude when I went on Granny's panel? I was
I don't
very
know.
respectful, and I asked her to take it down, and said she said how she felt, and I heard it, and that was that.
Okay, cool.
Period.
So
But you,
why
but
are
you
we
did,
arguing? What are we arguing about then?
yeah, because she said I was lying, but I played the clip. I wasn't lying. I think it's because Voices yelled at you, if I'm being honest, and I get it. Nobody
I
must be on the
don't
wrath of Voices.
I
But
don't
It's
care.
hard.
Listen, if it was up to Voices, I wouldn't have went on your panel. Put it that way. So it hasn't. I don't let people tell me or control me. So please stop
no, you
saying
just
that.
got a public action after the fact.
Okay,
But
Andrea, you came up
I
here
don't
because people
care.
were being mean to you in my chat, and you came up here about that. This really isn't even about you, Andrea. So I'm going to continue to play this video. This isn't really about Andrea. And
Well,
if
it's
Andrea
about
didn't know what was
because
going
I
on in
had no
chat, she
idea
didn't
what
know.
was the
If
only
Andrea,
part that I'm just saying.
if Andrea didn't know what was going on in chat, she didn't know what was going on. Okay, I'm going to take you at your word, Andrea. And I don't see you're not even involved in this anymore. You didn't know what was going on. I don't know what we've got with you right now. I mean, I you were upset with the chat, so you came up. But I don't
That's
want to
all
fight
I was
back and
trying
forth.
to say is I didn't know. I didn't know
Right, you
what was
don't
going
know.
on.
You didn't know.
That's it.
All right, I'm gonna
That's
play
it.
I'm gonna play this recording some more.
But she's never going to have attorneys or cough it up or have an explanation for it
Nope.
either. Never.
Shelley, you're
Time.
welcome. I enjoy you here.
That's how she does it, is time. The time lapse in between the big scams, because her people get tired. People get tired of asking about it because of the way she treats them.
They don't
And so
ask.
people eventually stop asking about it and she gets to keep it all.
They don't ask her. The ones that do get
well, people
booted.
outside the community ask her. And the ones inside her community that ask her get kicked out.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean.
Or if they do ask and she gets mad, they'll go, oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
Yeah. And she's going to run.
CK, I don't know that anybody's defending Natasha necessarily, but what I'm saying is that if you cover somebody, then you have to understand that other people cover other people. You know, that's what I'm saying is pretty much everybody on here talks about other people. That's just what we all do.
Scam one of these days. She's going to get a big head, so big that she's going to run a scam one of these days.
Yeah.
She's going to get caught up in it. She's
I
going to end up
agree.
in jail.
You're gonna mess with the wrong person one of these days,
Right.
and they're gonna come after her.
Right. To where, and it's going to be to where she can't get out. She's going to have to do some time. Because she thinks
She's getting
smart.
too comfortable. She's way
Oh,
too
yeah.
comfortable.
Well, she sure is. She's really
And then the
comfortable.
more comfortable you are, the higher you go. And she's
Right.
gonna keep reaching and reaching bigger and bigger scams, bigger who knows what she'll
Just
do
like,
for a
you know,
buck.
just like last night. I mean, that was another sign of it. Her thinking that she is so great that she can tell a big elaborate lie on a whole community and make people believe it.
Kind of like someone having a seizure, supposedly in the hospital. The community was worried, and turns out that person was really in jail.
I mean, she
Many
really believed,
many lies.
and a lot of people did believe.
Kind of like what the end of this video is trying to make each and every one of you forget about and twist the narrative once again.
But a lot of, I mean, but in the end, Mama Knows Best come out ahead because her community, it showed how strong her community is. It really did. Mama Knows
She
Best.
knew about my super chats last night.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, she did.
Sure did.
You should be proud of the community that you have built. And don't you stop.
I
That's all
thought she didn't
wants you.
watch anybody else.
I know. That's
She
what
wants
she
you
usually
to
says.
stop.
She watches everything.
I know. I'm just
She
saying.
wants you to go away because you are going to be successful at this, and she is still going to be coming
We're
back
just
with more
trying to
and more
show
channels
people how she
because she's a
is,
loser.
and hopefully they catch it before they go over there and get scammed or used or something.
Right. Because the
Weird.
people that she's
I feel like
scamming
I'm
right now,
more of an awareness channel.
right. Those people that
I'd say more of a gathering place for all those who love Kool-Aid channel.
she's scamming right now in her community, the ones that stick with her, they are the ones, and I have to be careful about the way I say this, but they have no family, they have no friends, they're lonely, and she
Mama knows best. What do you know about everybody's personal life? If they're lonely or they have a life or don't have a life. Y'all kill me with that shit.
That was Broken Justice. It wasn't Mama Knows Best.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant Broken Justice. That's who I had in my mind. Thanks for correcting me. If I share personal stuff on here and then it gets thrown back in my face. I tried to be private on here with my full name. It got doxxed. If you talk about yourself, you get made fun of for being open and honest. If you try to hide, you get doxxed and people dig into your background because certainly you've got something to hide if you're not being honest. The hypocrisy and I almost said the R word. It's just this place is insane to me. It's just
It
insane.
is. It needs
Well,
to
we
it
don't know
should be
that for a
safe
fact.
place for people to be able to come and talk about things, It shouldn't be I have to worry about every little word I say, or if I'm having a problem, if I lose a loved one, any of that stuff.
Okay. Everybody mute, please.
We
Just
don't know
assume
that.
that
no,
because
it's my opinion. It's just my opinion.
yeah.
The ones that stick with her through thick and thin and believe her.
They probably are lonely and stuff.
Well, they're like, I know that there is that. I mean, there has been a lot that's in her community right now that have went up on her panel and told her how thankful they are because they are alone.
Yeah,
Remember that? Yes, there was a lot of them that did that. The ones that stick to her. That's why that I know this.
Yeah,
And-
but we can't.
Actually, I'm when I'm reading in the middle of this, I'm reading the screen. It says, "Actually, you don't know shit."
Say all of them, though.
Well,
Can't make a
no, I
blanket.
can't say all of them. Well, in my opinion, it's all of them because they're idiots for being there.
Well, yeah, I think they're all idiots, but
But I'm just saying. I'm
that I
saying
won't
they're-
argue with you. But
I'm just saying that ones that give her money all the time.
Hello?
I just believe that she.
That was voices saying hello. Anyone hear the phone ring again?
Preyed upon their
It's
being
okay.
vulnerable.
Preston, just relax. No, I don't want anybody going to jail, but I don't want anybody dying. I'm working.
What's she don't know?
I don't want anybody dying. I don't give a fuck. What is
I
going
can't hear her.
through you? I
Well, be
don't want
quiet.
to be laying hands on anybody. I don't want anybody taking pills. That's it. That's all. Honey, I am trying to do whatever can be done because I just, no. I don't know what to do with I don't know where to put you. I don't know where to put her. I don't know who needs what, but we gotta get something stopped because this doesn't need to happen. And nobody on YouTube needs to be fucking playing this.
What are they playing? What's going on?
Motherfucker.
you gotta go.
Why would you be worried about this being played on YouTube? I don't understand that.
What?
She probably just realized she didn't hit the mute button.
Oh, is that what it was?
I'm guessing.
Yeah.
That don't
But-
sound good at all.
But it might take
Yeah, but-
years.
That don't sound good at all. Well, you're in the private chat, so okay. Andrea mom doesn't know what was going on in private chat, but I'm pretty sure Mama Knows Best knows what's going on. And to me, and I read a lot into tone of voice. That tone of voice from MKB right there didn't sound like, oh no, somebody's going to self-harm. I don't know.
Let's not talk about it though.
It might take years for it to catch up to her. but it will eventually catch up to her.
Of course. And
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
that's the whole point of all this.
So done with it. I don't have an issue with MKB. I have no issue with MKB. I'm just playing this video.
Is for her to
Mhm.
reach for bigger and better scams. That
Right.
way, when she gets
You
it,
need to
she
end
gets
this.
it good.
What?
You need to end this and private it right now. You need to end this and private it right now. End
Do
this
it.
and
Okay.
private it now. Now.
For what?
Just do
do
what
it,
I'm
Mama
asking you,
Knows Best.
please.
Do it.
End this lot. End this now.
Just start back up, Mama Knows
Just
Best.
hit end live right now.
I don't think MKB knew what Voices was doing on the phone. I think MKB probably read her own private chat, but I mean, again, I don't know. I
She
wasn't there.
didn't
I
know
didn't.
what was going on either. She wasn't paying attention.
She wasn't watching private chat either.
Not from what she said, and I believe her. Because I wasn't either. They were saying to each other, Boots and Voices and whoever else, they were having a conversation between them. I wasn't paying attention to it. And MKB said she wasn't either. Now, if it was my chat, I probably would have been looking, but it wasn't. So I wasn't paying any attention to it.
Can I ask you why the private chat was brought up at all then? Like, in defense of all this, people were saying, like, oh, it was taking place in a private chat. Why does any of that matter if nobody was aware?
Because, like I said, at the end, I put the pieces together after she said, end this now, end this now. I was like, holy shit, what the fuck? Why is she saying that? And so I looked, and the last part of the private chat I took a screenshot of. And then the next morning I woke up and I heard you playing that, and then I was able
Yeah,
to
you
kind of.
said all this, but Andrea's mom, right there in the clip, you say, let's not talk about it. So you were aware at
Well,
that
yeah,
very
because
moment
it
that
was
what that was wasn't
whatever
good.
it wasn't, it had nothing to do with me or anyone else. It was
But Mama
between.
Knows Best acknowledged that didn't sound good, and you said, yeah, let's not talk about it. So you were aware, to say the least. It didn't take till the next day or after the fact, or, you know, on my panel, you said you looked at private chat prior to that,
Well,
so
it
you were
didn't
aware what was
sound
going
good.
on.
It did
Oh.
not sound good, whatever was going on. That doesn't mean I knew exactly what was going on. I still don't know exactly what was going on. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair.
But obviously it wasn't something good when, when
Right.
someone's saying, shut this down, shut this down.
But it was prior to her saying shut it down that you said it wasn't good, let's not talk about it. It was prior to that.
No, I said let's not talk about it when she already shut it down and said close this
No.
down.
No, it was prior.
Oh yeah, it was right before she came. Yeah, it was
Right.
right before she came.
So at that moment, you were aware that whatever was happening wasn't good. It didn't take till
Well, it
later
didn't
or looking
sound
in
like
private
it was
chat or
on
the
the
next morning.
Yeah, it
Andrea,
didn't
mom,
sound like
you're saying you didn't know anything. You didn't know that it was about Crafton and Kim or anything like that either. You didn't know, like you
Well,
had no
I
idea.
knew what I heard on the panel, and Boots was saying call someone, or I don't know. I kept hearing them say things, but I wasn't paying attention. They were saying stuff like, I don't remember exactly what they were saying, but they were saying call Case or do this or do that, and it had nothing to do with. They were talking to each other.
Right. And you didn't look at the chat, so you didn't know what was going
No.
on. So
Nope.
y'all stop blaming Andrea, mom, and she didn't know, and evidently Mama Knows Best didn't know, and whoever made the comment to me about I don't have an issue with Mama Knows Best, and I'm playing a video. Like, I'm just playing this video, right?
Right. It's not personal towards Mama Knows Best or Andrea's mom or anything.
It's not. And I'm trying to play some more, but it's not wanting to load.
And Jess, you put things in perspective a little bit when I said I show no grace for Natasha, and you said you feel the same way about them.
Yeah,
So
because I do, because the way and the things that you feel Natasha has done is how I feel about Kim and Crafton and how many people they've done it to. In my eyes, they are equally, if not worse. And maybe you're unaware. Maybe you're unaware of their history. Maybe you're unaware of the amount of amount of harm they've caused people, the amount of real life digging and passing around of information, and the low blows. Do you know that Crafton just forged documents to make it look like I was arrested over the summer for retail theft of $1,700?
no, I have no idea about any of that. See, we just
I mean, so
assumed
this
that
is like,
everything, and I don't know, and that's why I went to you. Like, it just felt wrong you playing that, and I
I
didn't
know.
know.
Listen, I get what you're saying. It felt wrong me playing that too. And I had to remind myself of everything these people have done and how quickly they would go live with it if it was me. And I no longer felt guilty. When you were inciting people to contact CPS because you're claiming I'm using drugs, when you were forging court documents to make it appear I was arrested over the summer, when you were doing everything you can to slander, harass, and destroy my real life, why should I give a hell about theirs? And if this was Natasha and she was talking about her and Dalton, you cannot say you want to play it, Andrea's mom, and be like, oh, Natasha's popping pills and they're beating on each other.
Huh? Say it again. What?
I said, if this came out that it was Natasha and Dalton, or if it came out that it was me with a partner, you cannot say that yourself and these people wouldn't go live and say, hey, guys, listen to this. Natasha and Granny are popping pills and they're hitting their partners. Like, it would be YouTube.
I
It would
didn't
be
even
YouTube
hear all
content
that.
then.
Is that what was said? Popping pills?
And yesterday they were saying that
Yeah, that's what was
Voices was
said.
saying that it was Voices, right, that was saying you were stealing from all the stores yesterday?
Yeah, that every store I walked out of yesterday, the alarms went off. Granny got caught thieving. We
See,
went
and
back
you
and
guys
played.
just assume I was there. I didn't know she said that. I don't
No,
know.
well, you know what I think it is? I think you're assuming that everybody should have the moral high ground and the same respect of these two people, but you're not considering to look at
No,
our
it
perspectives
wasn't
and what
about
they've done
that.
to
It was
us.
about, listen, Jess, it wasn't about that. It was about the subject at hand. It wasn't about all the everything else that was going on. It was about
Right.
that specific thing that I didn't
I
feel
get what
you
you're
should be
saying.
playing that.
It was the fact that it's alleged, unalive in or domestic violence. I
Yes,
understand what you're saying.
exactly.
But what I'm saying is they have fabricated worse lies about me, fabricated them to slander me. So yeah, I was definitely being petty and played that voice message over and over again so everybody else could hear what I just heard.
Okay, pause, please. Clueless would like to say something.
Thank you. I try not to interrupt, guys. Okay. No offense, Andrea, you're probably gonna not like this, but when I'm hearing you ever since you've been on is if you don't hear your name or Natasha's name, then you're not paying attention to anyone else saying anything about anyone else. So it's that simple.
That's not at all what I said. Where did I say that? I said
You never
something.
directly said it, but you're saying it because you're saying you didn't go to private chat, you didn't hear this, you didn't do that. Your name wasn't mentioned and Natasha's name weren't mentioned.
Wait, what about Natasha's name? What'd you just say?
It is how it's coming off. It's coming off,
does.
Andrea, Mom, that you
Anyone
say
understanding what I'm saying? That if her name's not mentioned or Natasha's name's not mentioned, she's not paying attention to anyone talking about anyone else. Hence why you weren't paying attention to private chat.
A lot of the time, if I feel uncomfortable when someone's bashing someone and I'm in their chat, if I get uncomfortable, I leave. I don't always, and I'm doing, like, I don't sit there and always focus on any chat I'm listening to or whatever. I get up and I do things. And
Well, what I just said isn't a good or bad thing. I'm just explaining what it sounds like by what you are saying, that you weren't paying attention to private chat. You didn't know, I didn't even know about Crafton or Kim saying that Jess stole things from every store she went. I'm sorry, I was going to find that funny though, Jess, I got to say.
That was actually Voices that said it.
I'm
She
gonna
said
say
every
this.
store I
I'm
left
gonna say.
yesterday.
I'm gonna say this. This video, this live stream wasn't about you, Andrea, Mom. I'm sorry, people were in chat. This is all being about you, Andrea Mom, and this isn't what this is about. So can I just ask you just to
Yeah.
Please?
jump down, because this isn't what we were talking about today, and we've spent the whole time talking about how you feel, Andrea Mom, and that's fine. I'm glad you came up. I'm kind of ready to move on
Yeah, I
from
just
this.
wanted to make sure that, well, yeah, of course, when you hear your name, you want to clear it. So,
Right.
all right.
I said it wasn't a bad thing.
And do you understand that now that you've been hearing us say this over and over, that people have issues with people besides Natasha, and that happens
Yeah, I
to be
already
your
said,
issue?
yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So you understand that people are coming from different places of thought here, and yeah. Well, I mean, I don't want to boot you off. I'm just over this
No, that's
fight
okay.
back
I'm
and
ready.
forth about what you knew or what you didn't know or any of that stuff.
Well,
I'm just
and to be quite honest, that voice message, hearing her say, I don't want anybody popping pills, they started their allegations that I'm a tweaker and I'm popping pills and snorting live streaming and blah, blah, blah. And I had said the only reason people make those allegations is because they're guilty of it. So when I heard this voice clip and voices confirming that pills are being popped, you know, if there was some type of validation in it for me. Like I told you guys, I'm not the one popping pills.
All right.
I don't know.
I'm going to go down.
Thanks, Andrea Mom. I don't know if anything's left on here. Probably what let me see what Natasha thought about this. Let's see what her thoughts were. We speed it up because it's her. Because I was asleep.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
I don't ever listen to this shit for a reason. And the only reason, dumbass Mama knows best, I'm not like you. I don't go watch your dumb shit. I don't have a fucking clue what you say. But what I just heard was some completely obsessed losers. Completely obsessed. 3 of the people sitting up there on that panel, this community bought Christmas for last year. 3 of them. 3 out of 5 of those people on that panel, this community bought Christmas for.
What does that got to do with anything, Natasha?
And I don't know who that broken justice is, but she is damn sure broken. She doesn't have a damn clue. And that Andrea Mom, she's another fucking loser. Ain't paid your damn house payment in 5 months. About to get thrown out with your child, and you spend 24/7 on the damn internet talking shit about me. If you spent more time worried about your own finances instead of mine, you might not be facing eviction. And the only reason I knew about her super chats was because I got screenshots of Glenn and Trisha.
Well, I'm just going to say this, Natasha. You do watch more than you admit to. You don't get screenshots for every single thing that you get. I believe you listen to a lot of stuff. You listen to a lot of stuff while you're live. And I believe that's why, and this is just my thoughts and my beliefs, but I believe that's why a lot of times there's so much dead air. And I've seen you go live, and Mama Knows Best goes live, and y'all talk at each other almost like you were in the same, the same chat. So you watch more than you claim, but okay.
And what they were saying in your stupid ass chat. I haven't lied about anything. What have I lied about? Not one thing. And okay, so I saw assistant to BBT was in the chat over there after they were just talking shit about her, but that figures. And so now you say that Gentleman Jack and Hannah probably.
Okay, so this didn't have anything else. Does anybody want to hear any of that again? Or are we done with this video? And Granny, the one you wanted me to show was that the Unbelievable Live that you already played? Or was it something
Yeah,
else?
that was the clip I already played where,
Okay.
just to prove that I didn't lie about what I said when I came on panel that Andrea Mom claimed I lied about. I didn't lie about that. It was said.
Yeah.
Well, in my opinion, this whole thing has just been an ugly thing. But at the same time, you can't tell one chat or one creator, well, you can't share this. You shouldn't be sharing this. And then have like Lycan's panel over there the other night and bashing everybody for it and changing the narrative of what happened and making it up into some whole new thing.
Yeah, that's what they do. I mean, like is
But
now
Natasha's good at that too.
The items, and we're just lying about it as a.
This is a big old mess.
It
It's
is
just a big
mess.
old mess.
Welcome to life.
But they just lie. They just lie. That's what's infuriating. Like is over there telling people I said that he said I N-word in bed with my son. I never said Lycan said that because Lycan never said it. But he's leading his chat to believe I said he said it, and they're taking polls on if he said it or not when nobody ever said he said it. Like, it's the stupidity for me. Meanwhile, they're alleging they're friends in a crisis, but she's in a chat last night in all her glory bashing another woman. So what point does it end? Is it really going to take somebody being in a mental health crisis or potentially self-harming before people stop? And stop asking me to stop when karma comes back around to these people. I have every right to play this voice clip as many times as I want after what these people have done and put me through.
I agree. May not agree with it, but I agree. You have every right to do that.
Hell, I'll tell you, I don't even agree with it. I don't even agree with what I played. And I normally wouldn't play it. But like I said, karma works in mysterious ways. And for me, that felt like it was some people's karma. An ugly truth.
Hey, Juju.
Everyone says karma. I say life. Life sucks.
That's true.
You could be going along your way, minding your business, and poof, next thing you know, you're in the middle of some kind of tragedy, whether it's financial, you're in an auto accident, whatever, and why ever.
That's true.
It just doesn't seem to happen to some people more often. That's all.
Well, some people have so much tragedy in their lives and still sit
They
there
go
just
secret.
fine. And I'm just like, what? Well, wait, nobody has this many tragic things happen to them. And then you just,
A la Natasha Cooper. She's famous for all the tragedy.
yeah, she has a ton of tragedies.
Bank accounts shut down, PayPal shut down, channels going down. People mass reporting.
PayPal shut down twice. How does that happen?
I don't know. I don't know how the other bank account got shut down, and then people give her money, and then it's like she gets her money back in 3 weeks or whatever it was, and doesn't give money back. Just give it to me, thank you. It's like the income thingy when her channels went down. I got to replace my income. And I'm just like, wow, anyone want to support me? Let me know. I'll give you my address, send checks.
We need Coops for jokes and shit. Yeah, it's a lot
She's
more fun to
material.
talk about Coops than it is some of this shit that goes on here.
She is material gold. I mean, I love every time I go to watch one of her videos, I got to skip at least 6 minutes, if not 20 minutes. You have to engrave an invitation for her to do her own live.
Well, okay, so moving forward, how could this have been handled differently? Like, was an accident with Voices? If Voices really set all that up, like some people think, that's scary.
Ooh, I don't think she set it up. I just think it dropped in her lap.
Do you think that she unmuted on purpose? Unintentionally, or do we think that this was intentional?
Error more towards intentionally. And why, I don't know.
It doesn't really matter, but put a 1 in the chat if you think it was an accident that Voices played that call during a live stream on somebody else's panel, because I'm reading the chat at the same time. A 1 if you think that it was all an accident. I don't see any 1s yet, but it might take Hot Mic 1 So Rebel South thinks it's an accident. Tim B thinks it's an accident.
I do like when she came back to the computer. That was precious.
Now, I don't know that that's the first thing I would see when I came back to my computer, but you know, to immediately come. Well, we don't know. We couldn't see
Well,
her, or
look.
could we? Could we see
Okay.
her? And when she came back to the computer, or was the camera off? Granny, do you know?
I think it was off.
Her camera was off.
So we couldn't see how long she had been sitting at her computer because I mean, the way it played out, it sounded like she just walked up and was like, "Oh fuck," you know.
Yeah. Well, let me speak because I've never been on too many panels. This is actually my second panel, and the other one was years ago. I am sitting here looking at the bottom row, and it says Mike. I know how to push that. Barb, you have seen me push that to mute myself. I got cam, chat, more, and leave. They're pretty self-explanatory, and Voices has been on many panels, so I presume she knows how to mute and unmute, even if I can figure it out within 5 minutes of being up here.
But I will say, and I agree with you, I can admit, like, because the mute, unmute, it happens to me. A lot of times it's my mic muting me, but I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt and say it was an accident. So how does, if it was an accident, how does that change the whole thing? Does that turn it into a self-harm rather than a I don't want the police call? I mean, it's like apples and oranges. It doesn't really matter, in my opinion. But how can you change from I don't want anybody to go to jail. I don't want anybody to take the pills. I don't want anybody to do da 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 da. I mean, why change the narrative? Just say, yeah, we were having a fight and this is what happened.
Well, I think there's a motive there because of how Kim has talked about Crafton since they quote unquote met online, that he's this greatest, most wonderful thing around. And she wouldn't like to say anything that makes him look less perfect.
Well, also because one is more sympathetic than the other. I am more sympathetic to somebody having a mental health crisis than I am to two adults that decide to put hands on each other repetitively.
The putting hands on anyone, what does it mean? I don't know where to put you. Yeah, what does that mean?
Well,
Remember
then they
when
went
Gabby-
on and talked about a safe plan.
Yeah, remember when Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie got stopped by the police, and they did actually not arrest anybody, but they did actually make
Separate.
one of them go to a motel or hotel or whatever. So that's what the separating means. I don't know where to put you, but you wouldn't be putting anybody anywhere if they were sad. They were so depressed. They were so suicidal that. What? Why would you need to separate them?
I have no idea. I would think that would be the last thing, unless, of course, then they're threatening to harm the other person. But I would at least anyway be calling somebody, not a YouTuber, unless I got out of the house and whatever. But I
Right.
would get someone there ASAP.
Kels Bells makes a really good point. If it was an accident, why not apologize? She blamed MKB. Exactly. She started blaming Mama Knows Best, and I don't believe in any way any of this was Mama Knows Best fault. And I know some people say she's, knew more what was going on, but I still don't think that this was MKB's fault. And if I find out later it was, then okay, but I don't believe that now. I don't believe it was anybody's fault. And I'm gonna say I'm gonna give the benefit of the doubt to Voices that she didn't know she was on, but still, why would you? How do you change that into suicide? And your own words don't even match up to the story that was told later that night. A safe plan would be 911. Why would anybody go to jail if they were
And this
threatening to harm themselves?
And this person was right back on the internet. They didn't take any mental health days. They're not seeing psychiatrists. They're not, it just
No,
wasn't.
she says she's seeing a psychiatrist. Kim is saying she's seeing a psychiatrist, and she saw her the next day after the incident.
And there
But
was a
then her
post
moderator,
somewhere the next day saying that that she went to physical therapy that morning and
yeah,
was doing paperwork.
yeah, her moderator said Kim was at physical therapy. Kim came back and said it was psychiatrist. Physical therapy
I
sounds about
don't
right
know
after
about that, but it
surgery
wouldn't
on it.
surprise me because she does need physical therapy for the knee.
Yeah,
Right.
Rebel Soul. I don't think she says MKB unmuted her. I guess I don't really know why she's blaming MKB. How could it be her fault?
He said he's saying MKB should have muted her. That's where they're blaming
Yeah,
MKB.
that's where the blame goes. I
Should
think
have
it's
muted.
ridiculous.
I think it's ridiculous too.
Yeah, MKB, you shouldn't have been blamed for that. No, you
I don't
nobody.
care.
Okay, so
MKB should or shoot someone to listen better. So be it.
yeah, you wanted to hear what was going on. You didn't. I mean, I wasn't there, so I don't know what was being said in the chat. But if somebody in the chat was saying, "Oh, they're this person's wanting to self-harm," I don't
That
know if I was the person helping them, I would have jumped off the panel right then and attended to this person who might want to end their life and not even be on a panel. It just doesn't even make sense.
yeah.
What's
If you
more
hear
important, a
anything weird
panel
over
or
here,
being or protect or helping somebody save a life? Oh, Mustang Sally, I didn't know that. Is that something she does often? I know, Joe Madre. I'm just trying to be fair. I'm just trying to be fair. Her mod said she was in
Well,
physical therapy.
MKB says she doesn't know how to mute people.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
SA, I don't know. I don't know. I guess because she's an advocate for missing people. I mean, if you're an advocate for the missing people and their families, that doesn't have anything to do with this, but she says she's trained. So, she's a nurse at some point in her life and she's an advocate and I guess she has training in suicidal stuff.
Well, so I'm not trained in how to handle, suicidal crises. I'm not trained. I'm not going to pretend I am. But I'm also, it doesn't take training to know what to do. And the fact that she had to reach out to two of her resources for what?
I got a story to tell
I
real
don't
quick.
know.
Okay.
God, how old am I? 20 years ago or so, I was talking to, at best, an acquaintance on the phone. And for you to understand, it involved her then girlfriend, who was my best friend, and my then boyfriend. And boyfriend and her girlfriend were getting it on the side. And she was filling me into this because, of course, I was clueless, hence my name. Anyway, so she called me on the phone and we were talking, and of course, she sounded sad. But we must have talked an hour or something. I don't know. Next thing I know, her mom's calling me bright and early the next morning telling me she attempted suicide the night before, and mom's wanting to know what's going on. And I'm like, I'm not exactly sure because I didn't know anything about this and she wasn't talking like that. Sad, yeah, you lose a girlfriend and all that good stuff. I would be sad and depressed. I wasn't thrilled my boyfriend was doing it, but I wasn't going there. And I can only fill in so much. And then when she got out of the hospital, she called and we talked. And I'm like, don't you ever do that again. Call me. So I can see calling someone, whether they're trained or not, a friend, whatever, but it doesn't necessarily mean someone's going to stop that attempt, which is when you got to figure it out. Because if I would have known, I'd have been calling 911 and getting over there because I knew the address and everything. But I had no idea that would have ever taken place.
I agree with you should call anybody. I mean, if you recall, some of these people that are defending it and going with this, they say people that are in that place don't speak up. So it's ironic that they're now saying, oh yeah, whatever. But my biggest thing being, I've had phone calls from Kim similar to the one Voice took. So I know more than anybody what those phone calls are like. And I have text messages saying as much too. So I'm more lean to believe what my ears heard based off my prior private conversations with this person than I am to believe the unaliving situation. And I feel like that is a sick emotional manipulation thing to pull on a community. First it was the coma, and now it's this. That's not right. That, but if either of these two are in a place where they're physical with each other, and then they come online, they abuse others, why are people supporting that? Especially a true crime community. Haven't we learned what can happen when you ignore these red flags? It's just, the whole thing is sad. It really is. But at the same
Thank you
time, it's
for-
like, they're adults. They're choosing this lifestyle.
I'm
Well,
sorry.
I don't think we're going to fix their situation, but it feels like to me, yes, we were gaslighted and this whole thing was manipulated into being everybody's fault, but the people who were in the middle of it, the people who it involved, and then you're changing the whole thing to not even match up with what Voices said. We're
And
not stupid. People are not stupid. We see what y'all are doing.
Excuse me. Welcome to my life in a nutshell there, Barb.
Yeah.
I've dealt with that my whole life, and when I got away from it, best thing I did. And now I come onto YouTube and I'm like, oh my God, my past is coming back to haunt me. Except thankfully it doesn't involve me, and I'm not emotionally involved, because all it does is tear you down. And more importantly, question your sanity, because it's like, wait a minute. It's like thank you, Jess, for bringing that post up where Kim makes Crafton sound like he's in a coma on death's door and it ain't looking good. And then she comes back, I can't help how people took that post. I didn't say he was in a coma and almost dead. I'm tired of people, like with Andrew's mom earlier. I never said that. No, you didn't directly say it, but that's what you're saying.
Right, it's gaslighting, and it is infuriating, and it's also triggering. There are people that find themselves in suicidal ideation. There are people that have been gaslit their whole life, and it is very infuriating knowing people are gaslighting. And what's more infuriating about it is knowing people are aware that gaslighting is taking place, but it's convenient to go along with it. That's what bothers me more than anything. They know.
Well,
These people
presuming they don't believe the gaslighting, because that's the whole point of gaslighting, is to get people to believe the gaslighting. So you can come on, Jess, and say, I didn't do this, I didn't do that, and who's going to believe you? No one. And all you got is your word saying, well, I didn't, and this person's over gaslighting every time you turn around. I mean,
right.
Seriously, my sisters gaslit me every time I turned around. And I had one of my sisters tell me I'm worse than Satan. And I have no idea what I ever did in my life to be called worse than Satan. And I really wished I could get someone to call that sister and ask her, so what did Chloe do to make her worse than Satan? Please tell me what she did to you, because I've never been told.
Right. Well, the worst is when there's other people backing that up and feeding their audience the same thing, even though you know and I know they don't truly believe it either.
I don't know. My father was delusional and believed his lies, so I can't be sure that people don't believe their lies. Like Natasha, I think she does believe her lies.
Say no to gaslighting. I hate gaslighting. And I didn't know that word, but that's what I've experienced my whole life with my family was gaslighting.
Amen.
And ugh.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like
everybody. I believe everybody should have their say and be able to talk about what they want to on YouTube. But this gets so out of line when people are throwing out things like, just use it as an example, like yesterday saying that Granny's Watching has theft charges from this past summer, and since this past summer she got off of probation, so that doesn't make sense, and that she's walking around a store shopping while she's on live, and every time she leaves a store she's stolen things and the alarms are going off. That's just bullshit. And I don't care if
I need to go watch that live.
I don't care if I like Granny or not. I would still say that. I take up for Natasha. I'm not here to just, oh, well, you're bad and you're not because you do something that, it doesn't matter who it is, if it's wrong or bad or anything like that. But we're not going to solve this today. And I'm going to thank my panel for being here. I appreciate y'all coming on this morning and saying what all you've said and coming on, just talking this out. I don't think we've solved any issues or anything like that. But anyway, thanks for being here. And I know I got like a new member earlier, so thanks for that. And my mods, I know you've had a hard job today. Thank you for being here. I do want to finish up with just one thing. If y'all want to hop down, I appreciate y'all.
Yes, thanks for having me. Nice to meet
yeah.
you,
I did not know.
Did you say thanks for meeting me? Thanks. If I hit leave, am I completely out of the stream? Because I don't have YouTube up, and the only way I can hear what's going on is to be here. So I'd have to
Okay,
pull
well,
the
you can
live
just
up back on YouTube.
I just wanted to finish up with happy Thanksgiving to everybody. And it is I'm a big proponent of gratitude because it saved my life. And if you can't think of anything to be grateful for, just look around and you can be grateful for your life, that you woke up this morning. You can be grateful that you have water to drink and food to eat, or maybe you don't. Find something to be grateful for every day and it will help your life. And Thanksgiving is just a reminder of that time to be thankful. And a lot of people spend it with friends and family. If you don't have anybody, if you're lonely on Thanksgiving, send me an email at thescoopwithbarb@gmail.com. I can always go live at some point tomorrow and we can just chat about whatever. I will be gone probably, noon, 11 Central Time until, I don't know, 3 or 4 probably. But other than that, I can be here for y'all if you need me tomorrow. And I appreciate everybody. I know this is a lot of drama and back and forth and you said and she said and he said. And I'm sorry I'm sorry if I said anything today that hurt anybody's feelings or is interpreted that I'm coming after anybody, which I'm totally not. I'm just talking about what's going on in the community. So y'all have a great Thanksgiving. Take care of yourself. Be kind to yourself. And we'll see y'all soon.
Happy Thanksgiving, guys.
Yeah, you too. See
And
y'all
small
later.
things, the small things do count. So be happy for them.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.